persona non grata must find out that what's our in bam bam start sweet in she mouth. Sing it out. F-A-F-O. Tell you that is, tell them that is the code. Cause when cold yellow wins, corruption begins. Where's the real code? Let me talk to the duck. Duck, you had the mandate of most of the electorate, not to mention the support of your party base. Somehow you took that to mean you could manipulate and dictate the decision of who should take your place. And because you were the top dog, you move like an overlord. You find when you tell them jump, they should have asked how high. You set out to sway the vote, offer up a young scapegoat to just get a kobo sweat after you say bye-bye. You delay party convention, play with party constitution, and figure you could have gerrymander the outcome of your F-A-F-O. Your F-A, and then your F-O. You chain up the young man for truth to snap the election fingers fast. Although every poll warn you that would have be a shortcut as F-A-F-O. Your F-A, now all of we F-O. So for your voters who stayed away, you certainly have a part to play. But they feel like they get betrayed like it had snake in the valleys. F-A-F-O. I say your F-A, now all of we F-O. You see when you're ever wrong without doubt, even strong leaders find out that what's our in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout F-A-F-O, and that is, tell them that is the code. So let's do this. Let's do this red and ready to oppose. Give me a F. Give me a A. Another F. Give me a O.
I started to run when I scope out my country. I walk by a gun. Ole, cause that is what they promise we. A lot's going on in the sun. So I come here to bring wisdom so we don't burn down. We lovely society. See, a new government has the assignment to put we country into alignment. But every time they read us with their ego, it's the vulnerable who feeling that below. Lord, is it ignorance or is it arrogance? I don't know what to call it in this instance. Look at paradise right in front we eyes, but we still want to talk about who we despise.
Tell me where else can we go?
If we start to mash up the good things we know.
Tell me where else can we go?
If we treat we traditions like a papi show, you could fix everything on we island. Put gunships on we back like a tyrant. You could put 10 radars all up Scarborough. But don't forget, this is Trinidad. We love we freedom, and every citizen will agree that no oppression will be accepted by our Trini. We come from long days on the ground, to be a financial donkey. Cause every day we see a new taxation that causing a new kind of sufferation. And when you don't create that irritation, you send police to fix with desperation. Lord, where's the common sense? Where's the true intent to make you think oppression is relevant? Don't be shocked, my friend, when we start to bend and you see them placards in front of the parliament.
Tell me where else can we go?
If we little children are not free to grow.
Tell me where else can we go?
If they try to ban the words in the calypso, you could try to stop social media or the taping of police murders. You could rewrite a bill like this also. But don't forget, this is Trinidad. Take one and look around. Even lingo and all could see confusions in tongue. And it's affecting everybody. Politicians and Facebook trolls. Even Caisonians lost their role. The world's upside down. And I'm worried for my country. Cause every day I see victimization, racial and social aberration. We saying is love and need to go wrong, but we spreading this thing like a toxin. Man, things getting so tense. Some can't pay their rent, and the effect of this feeling permanent. But what scares me though, just so that you know, is the money we about to borrow.
Tell me where else can we go?
If the IMF start to pull we toe.
Tell me where else can we go?
If we toilet paper start to run too low, you could stress out the CPEP worker. Take a fool and make him a leader. You could change every board cause it's your show. But don't forget, this is Trinidad. I know it's good intentions. We Prime Minister have for we, but brutal measures would only cause rebellion in TNT, like what caused Cambule in times of old. And it's so the story unfold. It's that rebellion that give we people identity. So careful how you deal with the intellect, cause DNA remembers every aspect. Not every time we cry it's just politics. Your mind could start to play you some dirty tricks. Look, remember that honor comes before minister, and that's why we give you so much power. So don't let us down and don't let us frown. We need to see a 360 turn around.
Tell me where else can we go?
If your promises start to look untrue,
Tell me where else can we go?
if your own voters losing trust in you, you could do what you want with what intent? You could bat up the independent bench. You could change the country that we once know. But don't forget, this is Trinidad.
I say give me a F, A, F, O, and let them know that is the code. experiencing a global phenomenon. With serious issues, mankind choose to fool around. Then they go find out, facing real consequences, that when you play dottish games, you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray, because they forget the first dose of MAGA madness. So with the short-term memory, they welcome back Donald T to give that fascist a second term in office. But after they take the bait and they realize where's the fate, enough of them want to change their vote, but it is too late. You see the FA, FO, I see the FA, now they go FO. Plenty immigrants made their choice. Uncle Donald they supporting, but he put their support on ice and themselves he start deporting. FA, FO, I see the FA, now they go FO. But now Donald breaks in because it now so keen. He naming the Epstein files, so they now studying like they're voting a presidential pedophile. FA, FO, I see the FA, now they go FO. You see when you're ever wrong, there's no doubt. Even Uncle Sam will find out that what's our in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout FA, FO, I tell you that is, tell them that is the call. Oh, say, can you see? You see the call? Come in. Trinidadian love all fours, you know that is the truth. So when America trump, we just follow suit. If them MAGA morons is America's concern, well, we present government is easily the clones. From 2010 to 15, the tenure was so obscene, scandalize the land and destroy we economy. But like we missed the free for all, incompetence and bubble, so we bring them back to finish mash up the country. And as they assume their roles, I set a square peg in wrong holes. Now plenty people who help them win at the polls. Feel the FA, FO, they say the FA, now they go FO. The two worst Alexanders in the world and team make ministers. One is a racist troll and one need a West Indian first primer. FA, FO, I say the FA, now we go FO. Meanwhile, Tanti setting up TNT in people worship where we in place. She should have let the Yankee army plant the red eye in shipping palace. FA, FO, I say the FA, now she go FO. You see when you're ever wrong, there's no doubt. Persona non grata must find out that what's our in bam bam starts sweet in she mouth. Sing it out. FA, FO, tell them that is, tell them that is the call. Cause when cold yellow wins, corruption begins. Where's the real code? Let me talk to the doc. Doc, you had the mandate of most of the electorate, not to mention the support of your party base. Somehow you took that to mean you could manipulate and dictate the decision of who should take your place. And because you were the top dog, you move like an overlord. You find when you tell them jump, they should have asked how high. You set out to sway the vote, offer up a young scapegoat to just get a kobo sweat after you say bye-bye. You delay party convention, play with party constitution, and figure you could have gerrymander the outcome. But your FA, FO, got your FA, and then your FO. You chain up the young man for truth to snap the election fingers fast. Although every poll warn you that would have be a short for us. FA, FO, got your FA, now all of we FO. So for your voters who stayed away, you certainly have a part to play. Cause they feel like they get betrayed, like it has snake in the belly. Say FA, FO, I say your FA, now all of we FO. You see when you're ever wrong without doubt, Even strong leaders find out that what's sour in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout F-A-F-O, and that is, tell them that is the code. So let's do this. Let's do this red and ready to oppose. Give me a F. Give me a A. Another F. Give me a O.
Hey, boy, yo, yo, yo. You decided to swing, say you suffer under the PNM. And in the driver's seat you want a new face. Let them have their honeymoon, we're not going to hurry them. We're willing to grant them a period of grace. But some say it's months they're spending. When is this grace period ending? Others agree to trust the process. Some confounded, some with reasons unfounded. But here is the issue I want to address. How do you feel in your new coat as you sit in your lifeboat with clipboard and pen in hand taking note? How do you feel in this era with fake news and hysteria? Are you wishing you could cast a new vote? Do you feel like a winner? Are you pleased with your returns? Is there a crafty spinner whose deliveries twist and turns? Do you feel victorious? All life now seems torturous. I want you to search deep within. Tell me, do you feel like you win? In Parliament we expect sharing of wisdom and grace, not ministers with big degrees in a small-minded fight. So shameful to see MPs ranting and pushing race, trading insults across the floor just to be right. Real issues they're not addressing, listening to them so depressing. We're left to wonder how some even qualify. Are we back in primary school where the biggest bully acts a fool with literacy low but arrogance real high? How do you feel in your new coat as you sit in your lifeboat with clipboard and pen in hand taking notes? How do you feel in this era with fake news and hysteria? Are you wishing you could cast a new vote? Do you feel like a winner? Are you living with deep regret? Do old memories linger? Is this what you thought you'd get? Do you feel victorious? All life now seems torturous. I want you to search deep within. Tell me, do you feel like you win? Of ill will.
The information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
Yak and Friends proudly presents Uhuru 8, Join us on Saturday, July 25th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the City Hall Auditorium, Harris Promenade in San Fernando. This year's celebration is held in honor of Mr. Anthony Kamiziong as we continue strengthening our African ties through culture, unity, and heritage. Experience an unforgettable evening of African dance, powerful drumming, cultural expression, and great food. Early bird tickets are $350 admits 2 and $200 admits 1. Come dressed in your finest African attire for a chance to win Best Dressed Male and Female. Celebrate African culture. Celebrate freedom. Celebrate Uhuru 8. For tickets, contact 684-1792 or ticket outlet at Something Special with Finishing Touch at Ritz Plaza, number 25, St. James Street in San Fernando.
The Constructive Talk team with Pastor Google are asking for your support in their back-to-school drive. Let's help the less fortunate children get ready for the new school term. Donations of notebooks, copybooks, stationeries, and book bags would be greatly appreciated. Show your love, show your generosity by contacting 464-703 and we will organize collection of your donations. Thank you from the Constructive Talk team. And remember to be kind, be generous, and be loved.
Coming soon to Constructive Talk Network, Critical Thinkers. It's a youth show with a youth perspective on current affairs and issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Critical Thinkers, youth perspective on Constructive Talk. Hi. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening to those of you who are locked on to Constructive Talk. It's Monday, and today I'm going to have a guest with me from the Port of Spain City Corporation, and he is going to be talking to us about some things that has been happening in the city, and I think that it's some good news. And I'm going to use this as a good news segment today. So don't touch your dial. Stay right there as I get ready to go straight into my interview this evening with Alderman Coker. So stay right there. Don't move. Make sure and share the live.
Animal Farm by George Orwell in 2 minutes. The story begins on Manor Farm, where the animals are exhausted by their human owner, Mr. Jones. They work, suffer, and produce everything, but they live with hunger, fear, and no real control over their own lives. Then an old pig named Old Major gives them a vision of freedom. He tells them that the animals are not naturally miserable. They are miserable because humans exploit them. If the animals overthrow their master, he says, they can build a world based on equality. After Old Major dies, the animals rebel. They chase Mr. Jones away, rename the farm Animal Farm, and create commandments to protect the revolution. At first, the farm feels full of hope. The animals believe they are building something fair, something completely different from the cruelty they escaped. But Orwell slowly shows how power begins to change the revolution from inside. The pigs become the leaders because they can read, organize, and explain things better than the others. At first, this seems practical, but little by little, the pigs take more privileges for themselves. 2 pigs, Snowball and Napoleon, struggle for control. Snowball wants to build a windmill and improve the farm, but Napoleon wants absolute power. He uses trained dogs to drive Snowball away, and from that moment, the revolution becomes a dictatorship. Napoleon does not destroy the dream of equality all at once. He changes it slowly. His propagandist, Squealer, explains every betrayal as necessary. The commandments are edited. History is rewritten. The animals are told that they remember things incorrectly. Fear, exhaustion, and propaganda replace the original hope. The saddest example is Boxer. the loyal horse. He believes in the revolution completely, and whenever things go wrong, he says he will work harder. But when Boxer becomes old and weak, Napoleon sells him instead of saving him. The system uses his loyalty, then throws him away. By the end, the pigs walk on two legs, wear human clothes, drink with humans, and become almost identical to the rulers they once overthrew. Animal Farm is a warning about how revolutions can be betrayed. Orwell is not saying that the desire for justice is wrong. He is showing how easily justice can be corrupted when ordinary people stop questioning leaders, when language is controlled, and when memory is rewritten. The deepest lesson is that oppression does not always return looking like the old enemy. Sometimes it returns speaking the language of freedom.
All right, so as I promised you and as I told you, I'm going to be interviewing a young man this evening on Constructive Talk, and I am aware that, this is the gentleman that has been doing human service. All right, human service. It's difficult to introduce a gentleman like this, and let me tell you why. When I got to know this gentleman and got to understand his, how he operates, and he's a real father figure, a real gentleman, but genuinely does have the city of Port of Spain in his heart. He has the city of Port of Spain in his heart, and this evening it's an honor and a pleasure for me to be interviewing him. And I want to tell you all this, Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the world, and those of you locked on to Constructive Talk. First time I met him, I said, wow, this gentleman genuinely has a serious work ethics, and he knows what he's about, and he is someone who, as I said earlier on, has a heart for the city of Port of Spain. So it's my pleasure to have with me this evening a young man who is doing his best to continue to bring a change to the city of Port of Spain. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you Trinidad and Tobago, none other than Alderman Coker.
Hi, good night.
Good evening.
Thank you, Pastor Google.
Good evening to you, Alderman. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I quiet watching tricks,
But tricks, that's the name of the game today, You hit it on the head. Tricks, that's the name of the game today.
Oh, man. I was just saying to all the viewers and listeners so far that, being around you and watching what's going on, how your work ethics and everything, I must say that you have a real heart for the city of Port of Spain. Watching how you do what you do, and I can see that the people in the community of Belmont and all over genuinely know that you have a heart for the community. So,
well, Google, I grew up here in Belmont. I really born up St. Anne's, and moved to Belmont in 1961. Went to Belmont RC, then I went to Tranquility, So everything I did was within the city.
Okay.
I struggled said in the Calypso in Tong Long.
Yeah, in Tong Long.
So in Tong Long, and I know what it used to be.
Right.
What it is today, So, but basically, our city at this present time, we're doing we get in there, we have a visionary mayor who is, spearheading everything that we do in the city. He has put me in charge of the sanitation cleanup campaign, and this is about our fourth one that we have completed thus far, since he's in office.
Right.
And we have been doing well, the corporation, we try our best to go into all the districts, especially on the weekends. Because,
Yes. So talk to me.
our-
Let's talk about that a little bit, Mr. Cooker. Seeing that we when you look at what's going on, especially with the Port of Spain City city, the allocation that was given to the city, especially where sanitation is concerned, I have been watching and I've been observing that you all have been trying your best to maintain and to upkeep the city with the little that you all have.
You are so correct. It was drastically cut.
Right.
It was drastically cut, and because of the initiative by our worshiping media, and we started and spoke, when we have our caucus meetings and whatnot, how we going to go about it. And we did start this last one on the 6th of June, where we went into our districts, we used our hardworking corporation workers, to get into the city, to the different districts, all 12 districts. We have 5 in Port of Spain North and 7 in the West, in the South, sorry. And it has been a success, a great success. People welcome it, and how we go about it. But
what are some of the challenges that you have if there are any that you have encountered, and how long have you all started this cleanup campaign?
Well, this cleanup campaign started. I was inducted in 2023. Yes, 2023, and we started it in 2024.
Right.
Every Christmas we will do a general cleanup, but we thought that, we just can't wait for Christmas to do what we have to do. So we did about 2 in 24. In 25, we did 2, coming along 3, and this is the first one, the second one for 2026, Basically, garbage is something that, it could become a health hazard.
Right.
So you need to get in there before, because when they pile up, and I think I want to get into the political part of, I think this was well thought out by cutting our allocation, knowing that we have to cut our contractors' arrangement from 4 to 3 days.
Wow.
And that was a major hurt. That's a major hurt. Normally, we had 4 days, and the guys have to cut down. You see, on the mayor, and they sat down and they spoke to the contractors.
Right.
And eventually, they came, to realize, all right, with the little that we have, you have to eat little and live long.
Right.
And basically, we did 3 days with the contractors, and then the mayor saw it fit that, all right, listen, from the last budget there, we have to do something extra. So we went into the districts, and there where we are right now, this present time.
And how has the community, how is the community responding to this drive that you all have been doing?
They welcome it, because, the councillors will inform them before we come.
Right.
On the weekends, because if you pass through different communities, you see the garbage is piling up, especially from after Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The garbage will be piled up, and although you'll notify them, there's no pickups on those days, but seeing that it's piling up, the mayor decided to use this initiative and let us go into those districts. We do two districts on a weekend.
Right.
And basically, it was well received. I must say it was well received, The corporation, we use our backhoes and our trucks. Get out there, these aging trucks that we have, because our garage crew go out of the way to ensure that we have the equipment well prepared for us to work on the weekends.
That's really well. That's good. That means you have a very good working relationship with the crew.
Oh, yeah.
they are willing to go the extra mile to ensure that the city looks good, smell good, and the garbage is taken up, and people are happy that you all are working hard to get rid of the rodents, the rat, and the snake, and the what do you call it again, the mosquito, and all these different things. Because when garbage stay in a community, it smells, the community smells terrible. One, two, it encourages rodents. Two and three, and people are and it becomes, as you rightfully said earlier on, a health hazard. And so we have to say hats off to the mayor and the council for this initiative that you all are consistently embarking on, and ensuring that the city, in spite of the cut, you all
it was a drastic cut.
A drastic cut. You all have banded together as a team and decided to come with an innovative way of maintaining the cleanliness,
No, you keep saying the city, you have to look at all 12 districts to Pastor Google, because the city itself is Port of Spain, but the outskirts, St. Anne's River Central, St. Anne's River North, St. Anne's River, Belmont North and West, Belmont East, St. James West, St. James East, Woodbrook, Northern Port of Spain, Southern Port of Spain. We have to go into all the districts.
Right.
Sometimes you pass on Marva Road and you see all these business people and them, although they know time to put all the garbage, they still go out of the time after 5 o'clock. You see they put all garbage and it's pile up, and people have to walk in the road sometimes, So these are the things that we look
so
at.
So is there anything? But is there anything that the city can do to prevent things like that, Mr. Kuka? Because I know what you're talking about, because I worked on Marval Road for 15 years. So I know what you are speaking of. Right across the road from First Citizen Bank, that corner has always, that corner and plus the corner before you meet the primary school.
That's St. Patrick's.
Right.
You see, enforcement of the law is something to Google. We have litter wardens that I just saw some pastor or local government here. We have litter wardens in our corporation that needs to be out there more regular, I believe, and ticket them. People needs to be ticketed. If you're not ticketed, you feel it in your pocket. They need to be more, proactive. Come out, people comes out at 5 o'clock, and all litter wardens just work from 8 to 4. I do, my personal thing is I believe the litter wardens should work, more hours put it into that, like a 6 or something, 6 to 10 shift, because people put out garbage after 5 in the evening and whatnot. So we're supposed to have litter wardens out there during those times, and whatnot. But those are things that we are working on.
Right.
To ensure that,
there's something to that I was thinking about, and I don't know how you feel about it. In different cities around the world, there are bins. Like there's a specific bin that these restaurants must purchase. So you have the wheel out bins that every restaurant in the UK, in London, have a specific color bin that they have to put their garbage in. If they don't put their garbage in those bins.
That is something that the mayor has plans. We had a meeting and we had those bins were displayed onto us, pertaining to the bins that they are going to use. Very shortly, you'll see those bins coming into play. We had 1 or 2 meetings pertaining to these things, consultation with the residents, especially in Peter Avenue and these places, where they have all those restaurants and bars, as the case may be. But that is something that we have in plan, and we do have the bins.
Okay.
To be on display soon.
Okay, well, that is good. That is great, because I think that is one of the things that would help in the collection of the garbage and even keeping the area and the place clean. Because when you watch Mr. Coca, let's be real, the restaurants, and they don't even put the garbage where their restaurant is. They put on Marvel Road. They just put it across the road on the corner on the pavement in a black garbage bag.
The same thing on Arbita Avenue by Arbita and Carlos Street. You'll see them right there by Adam Smith Square. They pile it up. They don't put it in front of the business place at all, you know. And these are things, that's why I said, you know, the later wardens have to come out, you know, and enforce the law.
Wow. So where are you all this weekend, Mr. Coca? Because I know that you haven't finished the districts as yet.
Well, Saturday I was in Belmont South, you know. I was telling him here this morning, I'm not pleased, you know, what we did in Belmont South. There's something that we need to complete. So most likely we'll be back in Belmont South this Saturday coming here. So we need to get on the council and you know, speak to the residents and whatnot. But apart from that, you know, after that, you know, we'll decide where we're going from next weekend as we continue the program.
Okay, all right. Well, that says there's an announcement for persons who are living in that area.
That's area, yeah, that's right. Belmont South, that's Gonzales area.
Yeah, they can look forward to seeing you guys, you know, this Saturday. But
you know something?
Talk to me.
Where the garbage is concerned, you know. The councillors, as a matter of fact, they do go out, they inform the burgesses on the garbage collection days. You know, there are certain days you have to put out the garbage, and certain the garbage contractors will come and pick up your garbage. But the people still, you know, they will still come out after the hours and put it on the street, you know. And it don't look good. It don't all look good for the city. It don't all look good for the city. You know, if people could understand what's going on, because they're finding in foreign countries and whatnot, they're more disciplined, you know. And this is something that we have to work on as a people.
Yes.
As a people, you know. It's our city, it's our place, it's our district, you know. So you have to know, you know, to abide by the law, you know. And
yeah.
As long time we're growing up, you know, you had something called Charlie.
Yes, I remember Charlie. Chase Charlie away. Chase Charlie away, boy. People used to have their cocaine broom, they all kind of broom, and they pelting and they chasing Charlie out. You know, we need to find, you know, you're saying that, Mr. Coca, and that says to me that we need to find something like that again, that cleanup image. We need to find somebody like that to continue this cleanup. Yeah. So again, Mr. Cook, I want to thank you. I know that I told you that I wouldn't keep you long, but I want to thank you for coming on and sharing, because I'm saying this to you again, Mr. Coca. I'm going to have you back on again, because I know that this cleanup campaign thing is a serious issue, because
very much so, yeah.
Because even when people see what's happening on the promenade is clean compared to how persons would have known it before, and that is an initiative from the Mayor Port of Spain. He has always he always says that he wants the promenade to be one that is welcoming to the tourists. When tourists come off of the cruise ship and they walk from the top of the Balara statue come down, they must feel safe. That is why he put a police post there.
There's a police post right there, yeah.
So they must feel safe when they're walking. They must see the place clean, and they must be able to enjoy the city.
Yeah.
He always wanted to bring back life to the city.
Oh yes.
So again, but Mr. Coca, I sent you something there. You want to take a look at it?
What's that?
Take a look at what I just sent you.
Let me just take a look at that. Yeah.
Take a look at that. As a man who coming from that background, I want to hear how you feeling about that. Take a look at that, Mr. You seeing it?
Road March of the Independence, 60th. All right. So we are having our parade this year? Is that what I'm here seeing?
That's what you're seeing there?
Proposal for the hosting of a ceremony, military parade route march to commemorate the 64th anniversary of the independence of Trinidad and Tobago. Right, now together with the recommendations of the finance, blah, 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 blah. Cabinet granted the Minister of Defense and Minister in the Ministry of Housing security leave to withdraw the note. What?
I was waiting for you to read it properly. Mr. Coca, are we having a parade or not? You tell me. I know this is not what I call you for. But because of the background, which I don't want you to tell people what background you come from. But because of the background in which you came from, I said I have to hear Mr. Coca's view.
This is again, this is something that, I can't understand why they're not having this. I know once when they didn't have the parade in the savannah, they line up inside the savannah by the hollows. I recall that, and they march around the savannah and they went down to the barracks. But there must be a reason for this. I hope it's not a distraction again. I hope it's not a distraction with this.
So Mr. Coca, we not having no parade? That's what you gathered there?
Well, I see it here, but I said at the bottom of it, security leave to withdraw the note. What note? I mean, this. Well, let me see what is going to happen. I don't want to speak I don't want to speak out of turn, but at least, I'll leave this for my seniors and whatnot. But at the same time, this. I don't want to believe what I'm seeing here. Once again, this government is showing is this partner, this credibility for the country. I mean, they say a parade, independence parade, Google.
Yes.
I mean, everybody comes out, and enjoy themselves. We come out in our national colors, red, white, and black, and our troops, our services are on display. And for this, Google, I don't know what to say. I lost my words here again because I really thought we'd have the parade. Honestly.
Mr. Coca is sounding very disappointed.
Of course. I mean,
coming from the background in which you.
I guess this is for the extension of a state of emergency again, but don't let me go there.
Nah, that's not what I call you for. We will have you talk about those things soon enough, Mr. Coca. Soon enough.
Yes, sir.
But this evening, I just really wanted you to talk about the cleanup campaign that you all have been having. How much weeks has the campaign been on so far?
From June the 6th. We started June the 6th and we're going to finish this weekend. So you can say about 6 weeks, we went on 6 weeks, about 6 weeks.
6 weeks, Mr. Coca. 6
Saturdays
weeks.
and Sundays, you take your time from your family and you go out there just, to ensure that, things work out.
Wow. I'm really happy that you took the time out, Mr. Coca, to take my call and to share with Trinidad and Tobago and by extension the world. Because, Mr. Coca, people from all over the world listen to this program, And let's let you know.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't just have Trinidadians alone, but we have persons from all over the world listening and being a part of this program today. So again, Mr. Coca, let me say thank you very, very much for being on and for sharing with us the hard work that the council, you and the council have been doing.
By the visionary mayor that we have at this present time.
Yes, man. So again, thank you very much, Mr. Coca.
Yes, my brother.
I wonder if anybody want to call and say anything to Mr. Coca. I feel I could take some calls on Mr. Coca. I'm going to take 2 or 3 calls with you on the line now. You don't want to take no calls?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you better take calls. You better take some calls. So let's take some calls and let's show Mr. Coker some love on Constructive Talk this evening. So the number to call is 464-7003. 464-7003. Call in if you're living in the areas that Mr. Coker. Call out the areas again, Mr. Coker, so that persons could
Belmont, East Dry River, St. James, Woodbrook, Sea Lots.
Yeah, boy.
You know, these places.
The Sea Lots positive and the Sea Lots crew.
Yeah, we have an excellent Councillor Frederick down there.
Yeah.
You know, East Dry River, we have Councillor Batiste, you know. And
right.
Councillor Sylvester.
Okay, let's take this call. You have a foreign caller, Mr. Coker. Hello, hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Coker.
Hi, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And good afternoon to the Mr. Coker.
Yes, Alderman Coker.
Pastor Coker, I would like them to clean the dry river for me, please.
That falls under the council.
Right now, ma'am.
I don't know who it falls under, but it's for the Spain East Dry River.
All right, so listen to Councillor Coker. He's going to answer, you know.
All right.
It's being done as we speak right now, man. You know, we have some tractors in the river and it's being done right now. You know, it's not right now through the pit yet, but it's being done as we speak right now.
You heard that, caller?
No, Pastor.
All right, so what Mr. Coker said is that it's being cleaned right now as we speak.
I don't know. Well, you know, I was there last week, and when last week, oh Lord, I feel so bad to see big trees in the dry river, you know?
All right, so
wow.
So it's being cleaned. Mr. Coker would send me some pictures to show that it's being cleaned right now.
Oh, thank you very much, Pastor.
All
and
right.
I ain't forget, Pastor Google, I'm back home.
All right then.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
A blessed good afternoon to you, Pastor.
Good evening, ma'am.
Not everything good evening, my dear. What going on in the country right now is nothing surprising. It don't surprise me anymore.
Okay.
Right now it's smoke screen after smoke screen after smoke screen. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have no parade.
But do you live in the Port of Spain area?
Oh good no, but I work in the Port of Spain area.
And how do you find the city is?
Hello, please. I need all the help I can get, especially Charlotte Street.
Oh, well, you know Charlotte Street is a vending street, so you know.
I know corporation really trying their best.
Right.
But when they lack of funding.
Yes.
And this government lacking funding, they not say like they know what they was getting before. Why it is all you cut down or you shouldn't cut down?
Okay.
That's why I'm glad the mayor went and make noise and said, oh, you can get no money to pay workers, and they say they get money quick to pay.
Yes. Yes.
But we have money to send in these foreigners, lawyers to come in to represent. That's why they shut down my lot and CPEP and nothing because they got money to pay them. Because them fellas don't work for free.
All right,
and the paper have to pump.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, my dear.
All right, then. Bye-bye. Hello, good evening.
Hi, Doctor. Is this Pastor Google?
Yes, it is.
Oh, Pastor Google, I am visiting.
All right.
And I passed through Belmont because we were taking a tour.
Right.
And I have observed that there's a guy, let me see, past the gas station. And I was told, I asked about him. They said he's homeless. I don't know. However, let me tell you something. They cleaned him up on Saturday or whatever day. But when I passed back, and I'm thinking, you know, it's the main road. There's so many people passing on the main road. And then there's this guy. He still has more rubbish the 2 days after.
Oh, so you did see them clean up on the Saturday?
Yeah. Well, I passed by and they cleaned up this Saturday.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. But then the guy's back, like he has his whole bedroom, living room, and everything on the street. What are they doing about that guy? I inquired. I slowed down. I asked a young guy. He said, this cleaned up. He comes back. They clean again. So what are they going to do with that guy in particular? Can you tell me? Well, the council is, the alderman is there. I hope he can give us the answer. I'm just visiting.
Where are you visiting us? Where are you visiting us from?
My family lives from the USA, but my family lives in the lower part of Belmont.
What part is that?
Going to the Savannah Way.
Okay.
Going to the Savannah Way on Palmer Street.
Palmer Street. Mr. Coker, you know that street?
Of course, Mr. Coker has to know that street once. He's a Belmont guy. He knows Palmer Street. So we took a drive. We came out of Palmer Street, and he came around the police station, and we came along Belmont Circular Road because we saw where this guy gets. We did some interesting things about Belmont. So we decided we'd take a drive through Belmont.
Okay.
And there it was, we saw the guy. So we listen off air and hear what the councillor has to say about this guy because it's alderman, because it's terrible. It's the main road. There's so many persons passing through there.
All right. We hear what Alderman Cook has to say. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yes, Alderman Coker.
Well, thanks for that information, but I knew we cleaned that last week, as she said, they should have seen it, but I'm surprised to know that they put it back there because I passed there earlier last week and nothing was there. The guy was removed. But if she said that, we'll take a look at it again, and thanks for that. We'll just have to move on and see what we can do because he has family that, can take care of him. But definitely we'll stay on top of that. Thanks for that caller for that.
Right, Mr. Coker. So we continue to take calls on, you can take your call, I think Mr. Coker is a good thing we're taking some calls, so that you're hearing how people feeling and hearing what is.
And that is good. Constructive criticism is good on feedback as well.
So we're taking your calls on 464-7003, 464-7003. We're taking your calls. I have Alderman Coker with me. He's just here for a short bit to talk about some of the things and some of the work that they have been doing in the Belmont and different areas in the city to maintain cleanliness. They say cleanliness is next to godliness. They say that, Mr. Coker. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Good night, Pastor Gibson.
Hi,
I want to tell the alderman there that you're doing a very good job in cleaning up the place, it's and and if you could get the type of help and assistance financial need to continue to clean up the place because this government really is a real terrible job by not giving police the kind of money that they really need to clean up the place. So I hope you get some help, Mr. Coker, to help in other areas for the Spain to really help the place because when you have a clean environment, it gives us an amount of pride, at least you can breathe fresh air in the place, it feels so good to see the place clean. But when you think clean, you have rats and cockroaches and and the place will be, untidy places are really uncomfortable. So I want to thank you for the good job that you is doing for you and the other workers. And, I hope this government will really give all the kind of financial assistance they always need to really clean the other area up on the Spain. And if you could get that kind of assistance in the other municipalities, like Sour, South, all these areas. That would be good.
All right, caller.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks once again.
You're welcome. All right. So we continue to take about 2 more calls, Mr. Coker.
Yeah, that's good. Done.
All right.
So that's feedback.
Yeah, we take 2 more calls this evening on Constructive Talk. 464-7003, 464-7003. Take your calls and hear your views. And again, we want to thank Mr. Coker for being on with us this evening on Constructive Talk. You know, Mr. Coker told me, and I told him, I said, I want to have an interview with you. I wanted to talk to the people. Mr. Coker said, all right, that's not a problem, Google. So I want to thank him very, very much for taking up the challenge, man. And how much persons just want to talk, just want to take interview, you know, Mr. Coker?
I hear you.
Yeah. There's some
And
people
let people know what's going on, you know, so that is what we're here for.
That is what you all are there for. So if somebody don't want to call in, Mr. Coker will come off quick, you know. Quick as a word, you know. Like he said, thank you. So we taking your calls. Come on, Trinidad and Tobago. And those of you listening, if you have any questions for Mr. Coker, this is Alderman Coker from the Port of Spain City Corporation. He is with me this evening talking and we sharing about the cleanup drive that they have been having going on. And yes, Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Coker is the one in charge, usually coordinator for keeping the city clean and cleanup drive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Coker, you know, there was somebody who had met me one time and said to me to tell you all thanks for cleaning up the public urinal. You know, is the public urinal?
But that's opposite Republic Bank down there,
the promenade where people just be using. Yes. And people are saying thank you for that and they're asking if you all could continue to maintain it because they know that, you know, some people wouldn't stop just like that, but they want you all to maintain that spot, boy. Just keep it clean.
Definitely, okay.
Yeah, because they really appreciate what you all have done there so far with keeping that particular spot that they power wash and they sanitize, boy. I tell you, one lady said to me, she said she couldn't believe that she was in Port of Spain passing by Republic Bank when she she said the place is smelling nice, power wash, looking good. So again,
all right, so we're gonna mention that,
yeah. Let's take this last call. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, Pastor Google, I don't call back with that one. Yes, you see the urinal right in on the promenade. Salute to all who is clean inside of it. You know, at the pedal $2, it worth it.
Oh, okay.
It's
okay.
clean. I can verify. I just use that almost every morning.
Yes.
Oh, you use it. You use it every morning.
Remember, I just walk to work, you know. I work in Belmont. So when I walk to work, before I walk up all that street, let me just let out and then walk after.
All right.
I must say, salute to the cleaners and thing. I know what you do, your utmost best, but that I can say number one. Very clean.
Thank you very
always
much.
Clean. Anytime I go to use it, at least I can say when I use it, it's always clean.
All right.
It would be $2 and more.
Thank you very much.
All right. So thanks again, my dear.
You're welcome. Mr. Coker, you hear that?
Yes, thank you. Yes, man.
And sometimes
and
sometimes, Mr. Coker, you all need to hear these things and those are the simple things. Those are the simple things that you want to know if people are really being touched and being affected by the work that you all are doing.
Yes.
So you have to tell him, you have to tell him, say, hey, the little initiatives that you're doing, the simple things like keeping that toilet clean and keeping the power washing down by Republic Bank and all the different things. It is touching the people. The people are saying that, hey, yes. You know, I am impressed and happy with what.
Corporation is working for you.
Thank you. But and what does that say to me, Mr. Coker, is that we have to encourage the people, if you all want to continue to have a city that you all are starting to appreciate and love, you need to vote for local. You understand, Mr. Coker?
That's right, Port of Spain. Lock, stock, and barrel.
Lock, stock, and barrel. Yeah. That's that. So let me take this final call here, Mr. Cook, and I promise you, I'll letting you go. You have to load on the television, ma'am.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good evening. You have to load on the television. How loud is supposed to play the television, Mr. Cook?
Yeah, hello, good night.
Hi, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Hello, good night.
Hi, good evening.
Good night, Pass. Yeah, good evening. Alderman Coker, I was very surprised. Well, not very surprised, but I was very happy to see that the dry river was so clean, because I used to live right where the empty lot of land, the planting there where they broke down. I used to live, I born and grew there. And when I am passing to go to church and I see this place, how nasty that place is, it hurt my heart to know that is where I used to live. But I was happy to see that the river was very clean. But on the empty lot of land, apparently persons that vendors or so who sell on Charlotte Street, like when they stuff rotten tomatoes and things, they take it and they throw it right there on that empty lot of land. So if they could try and clean up that, I don't know when they're going to cut the grass, but that lot of land, they should start charging people for throwing this stuff right there. But I was glad to see that the place was really, really looking really clean to how it was before. Okay, have a good night and thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Mr. Coker, you hear the lady say? You hear the lady say, Mr. Coker? The lady said that she's very happy to see that the East Dry River is it is clean.
Yes.
You know, until the last call, but we have one more. We have one more call. Yes, caller.
Hello, Pastor Dugai again. I want to tell Mr. Coker, they must check inside Woodford Square. Going back to the warehouse. They use the down in the back there as a toilet.
Okay.
You understand? People come in and I sit on the set and I tell you when nobody tell me. You guys just speak in the square.
Okay.
It's have people going down there and using the, like on a Sunday morning. When they know nobody around. Sometimes they're going late in the night. And they're messing up all by the tree and then going to the warehouse. Go down by the warehouse.
All right. So I will let him check on it for you.
That's a serious thing. It's a long time that's going on.
Okay, caller.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So what he's saying, Mr. Coker, is apparently persons are using Woodford Square as a urinal also and as a toilet. So and that's more over by the Red House side, he was saying.
All right, thank you. We'll look into that.
Which is very strange and sad, because there's a
bathroom there.
Thank you. That's really sad. There. It's really, really sad that persons would do that, because there is a toilet for
facility there. Yeah, there is a facility. It seems like on what the lady spoke about, on the promenade.
Yes,
you pay $2 and you could go and utilize it. But
there is one there.
All right. Thanks for that info.
Yeah, Mr. Coker. So, Mr. Coker, let me say thank you to you again for coming on Constructive Talk this evening and sharing with us, what's happening in the city. And I want to recommend, Mr. Coker, that you come on at least once a month and hear some of the people's concerns. And I know that you are a man that will address it.
Sure, definitely I will.
All right, so I will talk with you, and we will see how best we can have you on at least once a month. People can talk to you and let you know, hey, you only if you could touch up here, or thanks for this, and get a feedback from the people, Mr. Coker, of how they feel. I
appreciate this.
Yeah,
I definitely appreciate this. Without the people saying something, constructive criticism is what is needed, And thank you for this interview, Mr. Pastor Google.
You're most welcome, Mr. Coker. So we will talk again. All right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, then, bye. I'm going to say thank you again to Mr. Coker for being with me today on Constructive Talk, man. I really appreciate him taking the time out to coming on Constructive Talk and interacting with you guys. All right, so we're going to get ready now to go into some of the discussions and some of the talk that we do right here on Constructive Talk. But before we do that, Wasa, it going nearly into 2 weeks now. 2 weeks now, Wasa, it going into.
Hey, all year. Na. Oh, I just played football and basketball, then I take a little walk in the mall. Now, Wasa, please hear my call. I need some water to wash my balls.
Please, send some water. Please, hear these calls.
I can't take it no longer. I really need to wash my balls. Yes, I need to bathe and I need to cook. Laundry piling up on the walls. But before anything else, Wasa, look, I want water to wash my balls.
Please, send some water. Please, hear these calls.
I can't take it no longer. I really need to wash my balls. You may not believe it's true, but my wife balls dirty too. My teeth getting yellow like they ripe. Wasa, please put water in the pipe.
Please, send some water. Please, hear these calls.
I can't take it no longer. I really need to wash my balls. Hey, all year. Na. Oh, I just played football and basketball, then I take a little walk in the mall. Now, Wasa, please hear my call. I need some water to wash my balls.
Please, send some water. Please, hear these calls.
I can't take it no longer. I really need to wash my balls. Yes, I need to bathe and I need to cook. Laundry piling up on the walls. But before anything else, Wasa, look, I want water to wash my balls.
Please, send some water. Please, hear these calls.
I can't take it no longer. I really need to wash my balls. You may not believe it's true, but my wife balls dirty too. My teeth getting yellow like they ripe. Wasa, please put water in the pipe.
Please, send some water. Please, hear these calls.
I can't take it no longer. I really need to wash my balls.
Yak and Friends proudly presents Uhuru 8. Join us on Saturday, July 25th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the City Hall Auditorium, Harris Promenade in San Fernando. This year's celebration is held in honor of Mr. Anthony Kamiziong as we continue strengthening our African ties through culture, unity, and heritage. Experience an unforgettable evening of African dance, powerful drumming, cultural expression, and a great food. Early bird tickets are $350 admits 2 and $200 admits 1. Come dressed in your finest African attire for a chance to win Best Dressed Male and Female. Celebrate African culture. Celebrate freedom. Celebrate Uhuru 8. For tickets, contact 684-1792 or ticket outlet at Something Special with Finishing Touch at Ritz Plaza, number 25, St. James Street in San Fernando.
The Constructive Talk team with Pastor Google are asking for your support in their back-to-school drive. Let's help the less fortunate children get ready for the new school term. Donations of notebooks, copybooks, stationeries, and book bags would be greatly appreciated. Show your love, show your generosity by contacting 464-703 and we will organize collection of your donations. Thank you from the Constructive Talk team. And remember to be kind, be generous, and be loved.
Worried and I'm feeling the pain. My faith's been tested time and time again. Oh, but my spirit is determined to believe and to overcome life trials that seem to never done. But still, I kneel before you with a praying song. Lord, I come to pray for the strength and the faith that's required. Amen. I pray for my people to not lose their fire. Amen. Sending prayers for those who suffering in silence. Amen. Grant them wisdom, cures, clarity and guidance. I pray for the young and I pray for the old. Cover their minds, Lord, don't let them lose control. Though we stand in sin, no transgressions are many. Thank God for the life that He gave me. To all you who doubting and losing faith, time to congregate, no time to separate. I'm calling on the prayer warriors in the country. Come for Trinidad, need we, cause I say Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Life is getting harder to manage. Oh yeah. The plan you had for us, it's vanishing because we violence. Lord, the nation in distress. What's it gonna take? We need a rest. It's time that we repent and we confess. Cause Lord, I'm tired of the bloodshed and rising in numbers. Amen. I'm tired see the youth choose the path of plunder. Amen. Can't walk the street in peace is a problem. Father, intervene, please save your children. I pray for them youngs and surrender your soul. You're not fully done, but you're fully in control. To change up your mindset and clean up your community. Thank God for the life that He gave we. To all you who doubting and losing faith, time to congregate and no time to separate. I'm calling all the prayer warriors in the country. Come for Trinidad, need we, cause I say Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Deception is spreading, it's trending. Oh yeah. Greed and lies has surely shake we faith. Hearts gone cold, the wicked quoting well. Doubt in a place where hope should dwell. We all have to answer to you, so knees go bend. In the end, Lord, I pray for the leaders to lead with integrity. Amen. So my people could thrive and provide for the family. Amen. I really fed up on the racism, hate the division. We all have history here, don't matter your religion. Stop mislead your flock. Lord, open the eyes of the sheep that they mock. I pray in your strength and we in solidarity. Thank God for the life that He gave me. So all you who doubting and losing faith, time to congregate and no time to separate. I'm calling all the prayer warriors in the country. Come for Trinidad, need we, you give we. You are a feeling to behold. Guide all straying souls. Who God bless, no man curse. Speak it in the universe. I say, Lord bless protection around way. So the devil can't touch we. Remove evil mind and jealousy. Keep we away from that jumpy. Oh Lord, Lord, I feel a joy in my soul. Cause you always in control. The only way that I know. Make a joyful noise and sing with me. Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Trinidad need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. Tobago need a blessing. Amen. They gon' need a blessing. Amen. Amen.
Well, this country really need a blessing, yes? Wow, based on what we're seeing happening and based on what we're hearing, and some people are looking for confirmation on this thing that we're seeing going around. Is it true that there will not be any independence parade? So there are some people who are genuinely wanting to know, is there going to be a parade or not? No, the question was asked to the minister. To be honest, the question was asked to the minister in the parliament if there was going to be a independence parade, and the minister said yes. The minister honestly said yes. So now that we're seeing this thing circulating all over, suggesting that there will be no parade, it is now making people questioning the honesty of the minister of not Homeland, the other one. All right, it's making us wonder, question. So that is something that some people are questioning and wondering about. Questioning and wondering about, is there going to be an independence parade or not? And we will know, by tomorrow, please God, we will know if there is going to be an independence parade or not. Some people are saying the next independence parade we're going to have is in 2028. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think there will be an independence parade this year, man. Well, I don't think so. Huh? You all don't think so? I think there will be an Independence Day parade. I think that there will be an Independence Day parade. What say you? Start taking your calls. What say you? You think that there'll be an Independence Day parade or not? Do you believe that there will be an Independence Day parade or not? 464-7003. Do you believe, do you think, do you feel that there will be an Independence Day parade? Huh? Let's take this call. My God.
Hello, good night, good afternoon.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Today is the 13th? Sir? Today is the 13th of July?
You tell me, you working.
And did I call it 7th of July? I told you something.
But they say they having none.
They say they having none because they can't find a place because they can't come to the Port of Spain. And they can't find out because The vehicle come up on the same one, and the president is not going to not going to go beyond 2 miles. So we happen to be in our kind of happy because the vehicle can't leave down south in time to conduct the parade, and the president will not leave Port of Spain to go on a parade.
Why not?
Why should she be head of state? Why she have to leave Port of Spain?
But why the president can't leave?
You ever go to parade, Pastor?
What kind of question is that you're asking?
Well, do you see when the president arrived at the parade?
Say that again?
Do you see how the president arrived at the Independence Parade?
Yeah, I see when the president arrived.
How does the president arrive to the parade? Sir?
What are you doing, man? Is that question? I
The
ask
president arrived at the parade. No. Do you see how the president arrives at the Independence Parade?
Yes, I do see.
On the third morning?
Yes, I do see.
The president arrived with the mounted escort.
Well, then bring the mountain escort to San Fernando and do it from the beginning of the Brian Lara Stadium to where the parade is.
I am not the military attaché.
I never said you will. I never said you will. You are saying to me
in charge of the parade. But what I'm saying is the problem is, and your city did not stand still up. That is the space they need. So I was saying long time, there's a strong possibility because they were looking unknowingly to the public, they were looking for places outside of Port of Spain because the North Sun can't come down in time. Even if Port of Spain get the money. Even if the corporation get the money to take it down.
But it's not the corporation that's take it down.
Well, I mean, whoever the company is, sorry.
Why are you talking to
sorry.
me? Why are you talking to me, sir?
Oh God, sorry, I'm not much time, sorry. Like, whoever the company is, even if they get the money to do it, it won't come down in time. 1 and 2, so they know they had known that. Well, so they had known that. So that is why they were looking outside of Port of Spain. Apparently, they can't find a suitable place. So I'm guessing now it's off. So because I know they were looking on because they know they could not get Port of Spain. Because of the North Sun issue.
Did you see what is put out, sir?
Say again?
Did you see what the circulator, the memo that is going around?
I saw it, but I don't believe nothing the same. Because I know, being ex-military, I would know they were looking for suitable venues out of Port of Spain because they knew from beforehand they wouldn't get Port of Spain. 1 and 2, the said lady can't leave South Hour to come to Port of Spain. Anyway, just on us because the parade starts at 7:45 a.m. You know, so that individual to leave to get to that parade, that individual either go sleep in town or leave the said location.
And nothing is wrong with them sleeping in town.
Them don't want to sleep in town.
They can sleep with the Hyatt.
They don't want to sleep in town. So the so you know for that because the parade starts 7:45. That is the president that's reached Savannah 7:45 a.m. So you know, and nobody can come. They don't care who you are. You have to be seated before the president arrives. Don't care who you are. Once you are dignitary, once you are so-called dignitary, and you want to attend the parade, you must be seated before 7:45. You can't come after the president. So the said individual will have to leave wherever she's living 5 in the morning or sleep in town.
She was sleeping in town.
Anyhow, I would wait to the moment to hear more on this. Which I already know, but I want to hear what I'm saying. Anyhow, my son's piece.
You sure you want to make some space? Do you believe that there will be a parade? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good night again, Mr. Pastor Google. I think it might be on a smaller scale. You understand? I don't think they will want to keep it. Normally, when the PNM in power, they just keep it, a full, you will get a full parade,
Mm-hmm.
Well, with this government, I don't know why people are they keeping people in limbo about the independence. Why?
Well, I don't know about them keeping them in limbo because they put out a circular today, and there are persons who are trying to understand what the circular is saying.
Hello, Pastor Google. What I'm saying is, we ain't supposed to be. Why we have a question? That's something on the national agenda. Especially when the PNM in power, we have respect for the.
Well, not just when the PNM in power, but every government, successive.
Yeah,
government.
But then what I mean to say, then you have to find out and ask questions about that. We supposed to ask no question. That's supposed to be, if you respect the people in the country and you respect the constitution and fair and democratic country, you're supposed to be questioning our government whether you're having a parade or not. I find that total disrespect. We're supposed to be asking that. That's supposed to be a national agenda every year. You understand? Nobody's supposed to be questioning it. Why you have to be asking that question how people second guessing whether it's a parade or not? That's total disrespect for the people. You understand? I don't like that at all. That's something, an event since independence. You understand? Since we came in 1962, we keeping that. And it's something that we look forward to every year. To see, where we come from colonialism to independence. You understand? And you have that as a national symbol, a national, where do you want to write? On the national agenda, I find that total, I don't like that. The other question, that's supposed to be there every year. And anybody who's doing that, they disrespect the constitution, they disrespect the government. And we hold independent. We know if you go back in history of that, when they went up to Madman House, it's all a certain set of people that didn't agree with no independent. We know that. But I don't know, like they're making people, come on, man. Why all your thing? This is we country. We want independence. Have respect for that. That's part of we national culture every year. Yeah, I mean, we have to have pride in the country. Nobody knows the question whether thing. I find that total disrespect. All right, good night.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yes, I'm blessed and I think.
Always fine. No, you have not.
Oh, gosh. Sorry, caller. Please call me back. Caller, when you finish, just you need to hang up.
Great.
Hello, good evening.
That's great. There's nothing surprising. How much you pray costing $2.something million and next set of money they could hold back. Right now I realize they're holding back money and they're using it for other things. You understand? It's not surprising at all. It's one thing after the next. This government, I could say, what about Dr. Rowley? Dr. Rowley used to at least come out and tell the public something. Our PM don't say nothing. She doing everything is either, if she send via WhatsApp, it's via email. And when general election time come around again, she go say, no, I didn't send that. That's a Mr. glitch. Everything is a papi show right now for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. This is papi showing we. And it's only when election time come around, people will show, well, all right, we will see all who is papi show. When the dark will always come to light. If I had to take we had to wait till general election, everything that was in the dark will come to light. Right now they're having their fun, let them enjoy themselves, man. Let them enjoy themselves. They want to say they want to investigate all kind of things, but they ain't investigating their own self. A building that they had deed for already, they making noise for that. For what? Or you don't have a building, or you're renting. And I'm not dissing anybody. Anybody could rent a building. But at the same time, or you're a treasurer and thing, investigate why it is, or you can't get a land and build a building for yourself and say, right, this is the UNC house. But PNM have a house and they have the deed for it. Where's all this hullabaloo? and set a smoke screen every day. But me, now till election come, they'll have to set a smoke screen. That's all I see. And the real thing people keep focused. Parliament, I won't doubt the changing laws right now to affect the people of Trinidad and Tobago. At the end of the day, it's the small man will be affected. They don't start with CPEP already. They take away that. When they could have still leave the people, you say if you want to fire the contractors, okay. But you see the people, the small man, you could have still leave the small man with that. It have a way you could do things. You could have said, right, a month, you gathering everybody name, who working, and then the following month, everybody, even if you want to run like 10 days, 10 days you on, 10 days off, so everybody will get a piece of the pie. You understand? I said heartlessness, a real heartless, and these are the same people who went and vote for them, you know. And they're slicing them tin. But anyway, God is a good God. When the dark will come to light, Pastor Google. Mark
Thank
my
you.
words.
All right.
God bless one.
Same to you. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Not too bad, and you?
I'm all right.
Yes, what the topic we on Independence Parade?
I'm seeing where they're saying that we may not have any Independence Parade.
But Pastor Google, there will be no Independence Parade as long as Christine Kangaloo is the president. Trust me. That is the reason why. She never supported her. She is not going to hold any parade with Christine Kangaloo as president. Amen. Have a good night, Epas.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Wow. People have no confidence. People questioning, you know. People are questioning and wondering if we really going to have people saying anything on a parade, you know. So this is what we saw in the media. All right, this is what we saw in the media, and this is why people are asking or wondering if there will be any Independence Parade. All right, this is what it is. People have been seeing it. All right, good evening. Good evening, Pastor Google. Love your African top. You can get it at Something Special in San Fernando, right behind First Citizen Bank. Thank you very much. All right, so let me take some of your calls. Hello, good evening.
Hey, Pastor, good night.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Yeah. Well, it's sad that yet another year, no independence, and secondly,
you mean no Independence Parade?
Yeah?
I say no independence. You mean no Independence Parade?
No Independence Parade, sorry. Yes. And the logistic is the layout for the parade. Once that North Stand is up, right? That is a setback because you need room for all the detachments to set up. So you're looking from the east of the savannah, which is the greens, right? To come on to the parade square where that North Stand is. That is the parade square in front of the grandstand, where the masked band and all the detachments form up to carry on the parade. Second to that, the motor vehicle detachment normally is at the back of the parade, standing by, I think, behind the mass banner. So when the officers and all the detachments march off and pay compliments to the president, there's no room for the mass band as one, and there's no room for all the assets. That is the motor vehicle from the police, army, prison, fire. Where you're going to put those vehicles, plus the mass band, which is at the back And the mass band is a large band comprising of, again, the fire, the prison, the police, the army. And I think to some extent, yes, the Trinidad and Tobago Cadet Force. Excluding, now we don't have the MILAT, the CCC, they will be missing from the parade as the youth arm and other small detachment. So keeping that into consideration, and as all those logistics has to go into place, plus the decoration, and after the parade, the cocktail party.
It happens after that.
For not. What I was saying. So it's a sad day. It's a sad day for a second year, and it leaves to question the seriousness of this administration if they're really serious about Trinidad and Tobago. It leaves to question, because that is our hallmark. If nothing takes place, any country in the world, any democratic country in the world, to celebrate your anniversary, your independent anniversary, that is your celebration for your citizens. That is like your birthday in your country. And if you have no regard for that, I don't know what else you have regard for. So that is my contribution tonight, Pastor Go. Have a good night.
Same to you, sir. All right. So we continue to take your calls. Do you believe that we're going to have Independence Parade? Right? That's my question for you this evening. Do you think that we will have any Independence Parade? Right? So I'm asking, you can call in and tell me what is your view. You can call in and tell me what is your view. 464-7003. 464-7003. Do you believe that we're going to have an Independence Day parade? Hi, good evening.
Yes, Pastor Google. Probably say, Lord, she calling back again. But you know me, I can't help it. Imagine them have security 24/0. They have security 24/0. We, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, don't have that. We have Almighty God we could lean on, and Jesus Christ. You understand? But I still can't understand this thing. Oh, you have security 24/0. You're frightened. I wouldn't be surprised. All these things, all these little smoke screen that they're creating, and the next thing you're here, as you rightfully say just now there, we have no Independence Parade. But my partner who called it just now is nothing to cry about. It is what it is. You understand? It's nothing surprising again. I said that smoke screen. Now till general election is only smoke screen, while in the background, they're changing the laws to fix the suit, land grabbing, all kind of madness going on. You understand? And they want to silence the voice of the people. Thank you, Pastor Google, for having this platform. At least we can still vent in a respectful way. You understand? Thank you ever so much for this platform.
You're welcome.
Because I said a smoke screen. Tomorrow will be a next smoke screen. Something gonna pop up again. Or if they're frightened for their life. And they have security 24, you know. Security like that. And they're frightened. So we're going to leave for time to go in the bank to collect a little pension, and Papi had to collect a little pension, praying to God first before they go, because they know they might get a neck lock and the money taken away. Where's security for them? It has no security for them. The regular man on the streets, when you call and say, I'm being threatened, I'm being taken, but they'll tell you, go and make a report and that is the day. You think he getting any guard to guard the house? No, let me be fair. You understand? Right will always be right. And as I say, what in the dark shall come to light. If it had to take now till January election, it will come to light. You have a blessed night, my dear.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, 464-7003. 464-7003. I'll take a few more calls on this. Do you believe or do you think that we are going to have Independence Parade based on this statement that is being circulated on social media? Do you believe or think that we're going to have Independence Parade? Right? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google and Trinidad and Tobago. From the start, I said we weren't going to have no Independence Parade. They're not going to have any, right? These people only saying and doing things just to irritate people, and they already have their plans, right? So you see now they're talking about what's going on there with with security and all those things. They're not going to do. They're going to use that now to say we can't have that. What the SEALs, the Navy SEALs and them from America doing here is a whole million thing. And another thing again, Pastor Google, East Port-au-Prince still don't have no water. 4 weeks now, no water, and they coming to build some kind of center thing concerning where they will have to use water. We, the people and them, it has some parts can themselves get water. So when they come to bring the center now, what they're going to do, you know who's going to suffer? Who's suffering? Going to be suffering worse. It's only God can help us, you know. I know he just put up and take down, and he alone, his thoughts higher than our thoughts. And all I could say is that we just have to wait and see why it is they were allowed to be there. At the end of it, we will see. Because a lot of things not really making any sense. And who put them there? And know that if they had a chance to do it all over again, they would do it differently. But somehow or the other, things had to go down so. It had to get worse before it get better. That's all I could say, Pastor Google. But Wasa gave people water, people paying the rates, and them as they get hit, my sister and them pay the bill. They have so much of tanks, no water. Okay, Pastor Google. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much. Well, I pleading too, eh? I begging too. I begging too. I want water too.
So they don't care. Well, here is a good thing. They just say, we just UNC working for you, and when UNC win, everybody win. Because if they wasn't thinking so, well, Papa, all are we dead? Anyhow, Pastor Google, you keep on keeping on, and I just trusting in the Lord. The arm of flesh will fail me, but you see the man upstairs there, his thoughts higher than our own, and we just can't understand how they dare. If he put down and he take out, but he alone know what he doing, and he always right. So Father God, we trusting in you, we trusting in you, we trusting in you, not in the arm of flesh. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good night, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Imagine that people complaining about for water, and yet they are told to set up a facility, a data center that's picking up large chunks of water. I want to find out whose bright idea was that for them to set up this thing in this country. I know the idea is Pastor Google. Just some years ago, you remember the smelter plant that everybody was talking about?
Yep.
They set up this smelter plant.
remember, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, all them was environmentalists was marching and protesting, signing petition to put up no smelter plant. Well, I want to find out which project is worse now. The smelter plant or this one? What is your opinion, Pastor Google?
What is my opinion? I still doing my little research and my little investigation on this.
Well, I do my research too. And right now, reason I'm not able, because right now, in fact, in specifically in the United States, certain communities don't want those things in their community at all. So basically, this country like a dumping ground now. Anything goes. That's a good year of the nature.
Same to you, sir.
Country dog. This country dog.
All right, so continue to take your calls on 464-7003. So, in the news this evening, they would have spoken about the foreign exchange. Yep, they discussed the foreign exchange. I want you all to listen to this. Take a listen to this.
Awaits formal notice over a police investigation into Balize House. A former police commissioner is questioning the...
Let me take this call. Hello, good evening. Hi, good evening.
This government has no interest in independence. They are showing no interest. Right? They're not speaking about it. You're not getting advice. You're not hearing the Prime Minister. You're not really getting anybody from the government pertaining to the Independence Day parade. Right? There's no interest for Sabuko. Right? Why do you not stand still up? Look how long you not stand up, Pasagura. Right here come down. August right there. July start and it's come like July nearly finish and the not stand still up. Why? Because the government don't care, Pastor. Pastor, remember from since 1962, the opposition never had no interest in independence. Right? The former opposition, they're in government, and they still shows no interest. There's no interest in independence. So, Pastor, I don't believe, that's my belief, I don't believe it will have independence later. I don't believe that, Pastor. Right?
All right.
They have money to spend on other things, but they don't have money pertaining to independence. Right? So that is the kind of government we have running this country today. Right? That's how we go. Work on and listen.
All right, thank you very much. So the caller doesn't believe that there's going to be any independence parade. All right? So this is the clip I wanted to show you guys concerning the foreign reserve. Take a listen to what local persons are saying about the Forex situation in Trinidad and Tobago. Take a listen.
In other business news, Trinidad and Tobago's persistent foreign exchange shortage is hitting more than just retail importers, as day 2 of last week's Trade and Investment Convention was all about the ongoing FX crisis. Local wealth management firm The Shepherd Group says the ongoing crunch is now shifting how citizens invest their money and slowing down new capital growth.
The local market is quite an illiquid market, so people with Trinidad and Tobago dollars don't get the greatest returns out of being invested locally at this point in time. So a lot of people like to focus on the foreign market. Now, due to the lack of foreign exchange, there is no possible way of getting that foreign currency to have that sort of investment. Yeah, so we definitely have seen a bit of a pullback from clients coming to us to be able to get that service.
Concerns of a FX crunch and the effects on business were echoed by Abdul Khan, export manager at RHS Marketing, known for its brand Caribbean flavors.
I would say it would not cause us to close down, but it will slow our progress in reinvesting into the business and better machinery to become more efficiently.
Khan, however, says institutions such as the Exim Bank and commercial banks have assisted businesses where possible, but manufacturers are often required to wait for access to foreign currency. And now for markets. In other business news, Trinidad and Tobago's persistent foreign exchange shortage is hitting more than just retail importers, as day 2 of last week's Trade and Investment Convention was all about the ongoing FX crisis. Local wealth management firm The Shepherd Group says the ongoing crunch is now shifting how citizens invest their money and slowing down new capital growth.
The local market is quite an illiquid market, so people with Trinidad and Tobago dollars don't get the greatest returns out of being invested locally at this point in time. So a lot of people like to focus on the foreign market. Now, due to the lack of foreign exchange, there is no possible way of getting that foreign currency to have that sort of investment. Yeah, so we definitely have seen a bit of a pullback from clients coming to us to be able to get that service.
Concerns of a FX crunch and the effects on business were echoed by Abdul Khan, export manager at RHS Marketing, known for its brand Caribbean flavors.
I would say it would not cause us to close down, but it will slow our progress in reinvesting into the business and better machinery to become more efficiently.
Khan, however, says institutions such as the Exim Bank and commercial banks have assisted businesses where possible, but manufacturers are often required to wait for access to foreign currency. And now for...
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Good evening, sir.
I think it's something they're hiding, because all independence for it, you would see the president and his spouse, so vice versa. The president and her husband, the Chief Justice and his wife, the ombudsman, and everybody, but you wouldn't be able to see the Prime Minister and her husband. He is missing quite a while in action. So they're avoiding that. And then you can have, when you come out the car, the security would be walking, you can't put your hand on the security to walk, and they avoided that. They avoided that, and the independence, they just want to cancel the independence. And if you listen to the kind of conversation, Homeland Security, a disappointment, telling people he disappointed, This is where we're going. And they always saying they're not in favor of the president. And the president have to be in charge of how the protocol runs. So I don't see them. They don't want no independence. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so take a listen to this news. Take a listen to this news story here. The caller asked me what is my view on. Take a listen to this.
Comes plans to develop large-scale data centers locally.
The deal is worth a potential $5 billion US in investment. Weighing in on the latest development, Professor Hussein said any move to bring in foreign exchange to stimulate construction and jobs is a step in the right direction.
However, he notes the MOUs are in their early stages.
If the output from the center helps to generate foreign exchange, that is useful. And if it generates jobs, that would be useful. Because we are at a fragile state in this economy where any non-energy export related activity that generates foreign exchange, not activity that uses foreign exchange, any non-energy export activity that generates foreign exchange is a welcome intervention and a welcome injection.
And commenting on the government's recent acquisition of an $800 million U.S. sovereign bond, The Economist called it a necessary intervention at this time. He says this level of borrowing becomes a necessity when a country needs more time to increase reserves.
But with external debt also increasing, he believes the government will have to focus on non-energy exports to repay the bond.
Welcomes plans to develop large-scale data centers locally.
The deal is worth a potential $5 billion U.S. in investment. Weighing in on the latest development, Professor Hussein said any move to bring in foreign exchange to stimulate construction and jobs is a step in the right direction.
However, he notes the MOUs are in their early stages.
If the output from the center helps to generate foreign exchange, that is useful. And if it generates jobs, that would be useful. Because we are at a fragile state in this economy where any non-energy export related activity that generates foreign exchange, not activity that uses foreign exchange, any non-energy export activity that generates foreign exchange is a welcome intervention and a welcome injection.
And commenting on the government's recent acquisition of an $800 million U.S. sovereign bond, The Economist called it a necessary intervention at this time. He says this level of borrowing becomes a necessity when a country needs more time to increase reserves.
But with external debt also increasing, he believes the government will have to focus on non-energy exports to repay the bond.
What is your view, Trinidad and Tobago, on what I just played for you? What is your view? This is the same man who made statements like this. That is the gentleman who make statements like this. Take a listen to him. Take a listen to him. I want a little listen.
A multi-million-dollar dispute between National Energy, a wholly owned subsidiary of NGC, and Canadian fertilizer giant Nutrien is escalating, even after the company shut down its Point Lisa's nitrogen plant last year.
Meanwhile, an economist says the IMF's latest assessment of TNT's economy supports the view that cuts to programs like CPEP did not weaken the labor market.
Andrea Perez-Sobers tells us more in tonight's Business Watch.
State-owned National Energy, a wholly owned subsidiary of NGC, is continuing to pursue millions of dollars in disputed port fees from Canadian fertilizer producer Nutrien, despite the company shutting down its Point Lisa's nitrogen plant last October. CNC3 understands National Energy recently sent another demand letter to the company seeking payment linked to port charges at the Point Lisa's industrial estate. But while the dispute remains unresolved, the amount being sought has reportedly fallen significantly from roughly $190 million to about $157 million. The reduction could signal a possible softening in National Energy's position, with indications the state company may now be prepared to accept the older port rates instead of the higher charges that were previously applied retroactively. The disagreement over port fees has been a major issue for several energy companies operating in Point Lisa's, with concerns raised in the past over rising operational costs and competitiveness within Trinidad and Tobago's energy sector. Turning to other business news, The latest International Monetary Fund report showing Trinidad and Tobago's economy grew by 0.8% is adding to the debate over government spending and labor market policy. Economist Professor Roger Hussein says the IMF's assessment suggests the economy was able to record growth despite reductions in state-funded employment programs such as CPEP. Speaking on CNC3's The Morning Brew program on Thursday, Professor Hussein said fears that cuts to recurrent expenditure programs would significantly damage the labor market have not yet materialized.
I have no problem with the cutting of CPEP. And when I look at the growth number, when I look at the employment numbers that came out in the 2021, I did not see a collapse of the labor market. In fact, in this same labor force report that came out, you are seeing that the unemployment rate has gone down. And if you look at the overall 2025 labor force data as compared to 2024, you would see that the labor market improved.
And now for a look at today's energy and foreign exchange prices.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is your view, Trinidad and Tobago? 464-7003, 464-7003. What is your take on what I just played? All right, so in the meanwhile, while I wait for your call, so you know this is in the public view. This is I want to play this. And I want to hear your views on it because this is the first time I'm discussing it. All right. Okay, so we have a caller. We have a big time caller. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
Good evening, sir.
You see what I was saying?
Excuse?
You see that man, what I was saying?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to hear what he says.
Why?
Because I don't know where he lives in.
I mean, I don't know where he live in.
He can't live in Trinidad.
Yes, he is living right here.
Where is he living? Because you say unemployment job. You say despite the thousand was a job, you see a problem. You see not good. Where you living?
He living right here. I just told you that.
What's our friend need to stop flying party card?
You could say that? You have evidence of that?
No, he has to be.
Do you have? Just now.
Say again?
Just now, please. All right?
You can play this game, sorry. Hello?
Go ahead, caller.
I don't know where he live in. Where he live in? You are saying that despite everything, all this job offer, you will say a problem, you say that good. On the other hand, you're saying, no, because when I go make some big investment, it's a problem. Once you bring in Forex, how are you going to bring in Forex better? How? When we get our Forex better? How? When the people who give me Forex closing down, and halt in production, where you live in? No, these people. What we are feeling they are operating on. They can't be them out of touch with reality. Why they must do that? I don't listen because that man does not no sense. And he teaches people trying anyway, you know. He teaches them because they cannot crap he be talking. So he's talking real crap. Because you can't tell me after all this job loss, all this thing, you telling me you're comfortable. Are you feeling good? You feel no problem? Are you feeling good? Where he living? He can't live in Trinidad. Anyhow, Mr. Faith, I'm sorry for the show on Natasha. I won.
Have a good evening, sir. I don't know now. I don't know. I'll play a voice note here. I see somebody send have 2 voice notes. Hey, I see you sending a voice note there. Hello, good evening. Okay. All right. right? So you were trying to call in. All right, so somebody said, if this is true and they cancel Independence Day parade, remember King... Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Let them stay on your family, man. I'll never be short. That clip you now played there with Mr. Hussein, he's singing for his supper. He is singing for his supper. He's telling lies to the nation. He's got a man on the ground with the poor people to know what's going on. These guys, and there are many like them. So I have no fear. No, I come in, I will be outside. I have no fear about them. So good program as usual. Good night to you, sir.
Thank you very much for your call, sir. All right, so let me play this video for you because I want to hear your views on it. This has been the discussion in the public domain for the weekend, over the weekend. Right? So let me play this for you. This has been the discussion and over the weekend. Take a listen to this.
Awaits formal notice over a police investigation into Balize House. A former police commissioner is questioning the decision to publicize the matter.
Meanwhile, a political scientist says the investigation should not be viewed as political persecution. Therese Polo reports.
The People's National Movement says it is still waiting for formal notice from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service about an investigation into the source of funds used to renovate its Balize House headquarters. PNM Chairman Marvin Gonzalez says the party has not been officially contacted by police, but its attorneys are prepared to respond to any lawful inquiry. But months before a newspaper report on July 11th brought the matter into the public spotlight, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar said she was aware of allegations that illicit funds were used in the construction of Balize House.
I am aware, and we now have lists, remember? Homeland Security have lists. Okay, I'll send you the list. Maybe your name is on this. What I'm aware of is drug money financed Balize House.
It should be on a need-to-know basis. The more you speak
Former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith is questioning the decision to publicize the matter while an investigation is ongoing. He says sensitive investigations should be handled carefully to avoid compromising potential evidence.
If I was a commissioner of police and it's being investigated, it should be on a need-to-know basis. The more you speak about it, the more, if it is that there's some degree of questionable activity, it is allowing the individuals to cover their tracks.
He's also warning politicians to allow police to complete their work without interference.
The more the politicians say about it, the greater the possibility that this matter can now be totally collapse, because what you're doing is basically tipping off persons, or have persons now state that, oh, this was some type of political manipulation and I was being targeted.
But while critics, including former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, suggest that the probe is a political witch hunt, an analyst says the investigation should not be viewed as political persecution.
I don't think this is political. I think this is just this is a part of the politics. This is the nature of the politics. We practice our Westminster adversarial style of governance. We have they're always at each other's throat.
She says the controversy highlights the need for campaign finance reform and greater transparency around political funding.
This kind of legislation, which the bigger countries have brought, the United Kingdom, the United States, and Canada, has, it speaks to transparency. It speaks to integrity in public life. It speaks to democracy, because you're sharing the information with the people. The people has a right to know, right? And ultimately, it speaks to who gets the shares in the national pie.
The PNM has maintained that political donations are not unlawful. The police investigation follows a High Court application for a preliminary unexplained wealth order against the PNM and its trustees. The order, granted on July 10th, requires the party to account for the source of funds used to acquire or develop assets linked to Balize House. Doris Polo, CNC3 News.
Where's all the take on this Balize House situation, this Balize House story? What did some of you all take on it? I want to hear. What do you all think about this Balize House situation? Huh? Tell me now. 464-7003. 464-7003. What is your take on it? Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor. Again. I say, I have no problem with the Balize being investigated. It's fine with the investigation, but I would love to say that to bring the evidence and bring the list of the claims you make in Parliament. The claims you make in Parliament, bring the evidence and bring the list, since you have a list and evidence of Balize House, and tell you it's Balize House, not Balize House. Anyhow, that being said, we all know what is going, Pastor. We all know what is going. This is political banter, because just now in local government election, there was something in the campaign on. We all know what it is. This playbook too old for years. You see like plastic, because I am not frightened, because I am not frightened. They can bring a thousand investigation me in frightened. Because this is just political persecution, and there was something in the campaign on, because they can't come to the public and tell the public this closed down, that closed down, this closed, that closed, this closed, that closed. We are less for than we had last year. They can't come to the public and say, so what are they going to do? Look for something that they say about PNM. To come to talk about. But the first thing, Pastor, why I'm so on PNM? PNM in the opposition, them in power. If they so care about campaign finance, they are the majority in Parliament. Why do they donate and pass it like everything else? Because they don't care about campaign finance. So this is a small screen to campaign on for local. But we can see through that. Again, they could bring a thousand in investigation. I am not frightened. The thing is, with them who pay them rent? The same by bills, who pay them rent? Is you gonna say who pay them rent? Anyhow, make some space.
Statement he issued in which he says there are more questions to be answered, including the fact that the Prime Minister had initially stated that approval for her house was given by the San Fernando City Corporation. A statement he issued in which he says there are more questions to be answered, including the fact that the Prime Minister had initially stated that approval for her house was given by the San Fernando City Corporation, and now she says it's a Pinal-Debe Regional Corporation. Mr. Manning is calling on the Prime Minister to lay the documents she referred to in the Parliament, saying if they were laid, one can then determine if the house is in fact being constructed according to the approval given, or whether the structure was altered. Thirdly, Mr. Manning questions again the true cost of the house, saying the Prime Minister had initially said $3 million, but is now saying $4.5 million, and had offered it for sale to him at $30 million in what was said to be a giveaway price. He's asking what is the true value. And finally, Mr. Manning says while the House had been proceeding slowly over the last 8 years, according to the Prime Minister, there is a sudden acceleration of construction, and he asks whether becoming Prime Minister lands one into such extraordinary personal wealth to enable this.
At that point in time, it didn't have anything called explain your wealth. But I think now, the PNM, We need to.
Yes, good night again, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening.
What I said just now is correct, is right. Who paying their rent? Right now, it's a smoke screen after a smoke screen. At least pay them have a house. You understand? It's not that we dissing tit for tat, but it is what it is. What UNC needs to do is investigate why it is they can't purchase a piece of land, why they cannot build a house. Mr. Pandey may so rest in peace dead and gone, and they still can't do it. They see what the treasurer do with the money. You understand? They had a UNC supporter supposed to be making noise for that. If they had to investigate themselves first. At least pay them still have a place and a deed for the place. You understand? I still got witch hunting all over the place and doing with this piece of nonsense.
All right, caller.
I'm not surprised at nothing going on now, you know. Everything is a smoke screen right now, and behind the door, behind the closed doors, they're trying to change the laws of Trinidad and Tobago. So citizens can't talk out, can't speak out, can't do what they want rightfully, that they're supposed to do for their own rights.
Okay.
You understand?
Thank
but bless again.
Thank you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good
Hi.
afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, let me come out from my ears too much of the thing. What we want to know is to investigate across the board. You see the pink house, the pink palace, and all the different ones. You're doing it for one, do it for all. I'm not afraid for PNM, you know, with that. But do it for all, because they had a lot of question marks over a lot of them and the doings and the places that they have and they own. Right? So you're doing it for PNM? Okay, fine. But let them explain the wealth across on the other side too. Right? Once you do that, all is fair. Can't just be doing it for PNM alone. Because her own was going, as Mr. Manning say, one today, one tomorrow. And as she reached in, a little while after, it went sky high. It went pell-mell, I should say, sorry. And also, who was doing it, they was hiding the name of the company and all kind of thing. If it was so above board, what was all of that for? But I'm not fearing, because truth have a way. Truth like water, you know, when water underground, it must come out, and all the truth will come out eventually. Thank you, Pastor Google.
Thank you very much for your call. 464-7003. 464-7003. You can call me now and let me know what is your view on the issue that we're talking about. So Mr. Manning had brought up that issue. Right? Mr. Manning brought it up. He spoke about it in the parliament. It made news. But do you think that now certain people should, as the lady just said, certain people should explain their wealth? Do you believe that certain people should be explaining their wealth? Yep. I think certain people should be explaining their wealth. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening, sir.
How are you this evening, sir?
I am quiet, sir.
No, you can't be quiet on your out here. I'm 10% man in a row. But to the lady just now. You know what the argument is with that? Here was the argument. The Prime Minister brought the documents in the Parliament to explain her house. Remember that?
Yeah, that's to explain the house, not the wealth. How did you obtain the wealth for the house?
Hear the question. Hear my question. When
Mr. Manning would have asked those questions, there was not a law to demand an explanation for your wealth.
Right, but when did she do that? Did she do that when she was in opposition or when she became Prime Minister?
When she became Prime Minister in 2010.
That is when she do that then?
Yes.
Alright, so what does that tell you?
What does that tell me?
That tells you she get time to clean up she act if she had something and to fool the population.
But there are videos of the news, and there were news stations that used to go to to Mr. Cesar's home and show us that COSAL used to cover the branding of their truck.
Yes, we saw that, Pastor Hugo.
So then what you telling me about have time to clean up?
Well, no, I mean, that is why this thing, you and I understand what transpired. So today they are singing the song. If the P&M have nothing to hide with the Balize House, they could have done what the Prime Minister did by bringing the documents to the Parliament and reveal it. And I'm saying, who alleged must prove. I don't have to prove anything to you. Have a building stand up there, I can't pick it up and go away. Is you saying that there's drug money spent, and you saying the police going and investigate. Well, let them come and investigate, and wherever they ask for, I will provide. I'd rather provide anything to anybody else. Look, the building stand up there. Any proof of anything is the Balize House. And in stand up in tongue right, we can't pick it up. We can't make it disappear. It can't go no way. And they have this, I hear them today. I call them dumb and dumber. And they make a statement about Lavantil people and this and that and P&M, and Lavantil people can't, when a function done, everybody just have to leave. But they fail to realize that the same people in Lavantil and all surroundings put up the money together along with who buy raffle ticket, who do barbecue, who had boat ride. It's them same people. We don't need to go there. We invest in money in something to represent ourselves, our political party. That is not we house. That is not the Hyatt. So I don't know what I expect we to go there to do. Trinbagonians all have better wake up soon. Pastor Google, you see what's going on here? I have a company now coming to tell me they want to give me what? A date. What? How to put it? What do you call it? A date. What kind of building they want to come to build to mine silver, so silver to mine is I forget how to describe it. I wonder if I said a clip showing you the environmental hazard that this thing that they're proposing to do, how dangerous it is to the environment. The amount of noise it makes, the amount of electricity that it consumes. So tonight on the news, I saw a man somewhere all the way in India making the same statements. I wonder if he's a P&M. Because apparently, to your former co-workers, and the man who you said who are the Mercedes Benz or the BMW, saying that here we're going on. These people and them don't know what they're saying. They're just making noise. The government is trying to do something to make money for people who want to increase in salary. This thing doesn't have no effect on what we're talking about. There's only P&M people against this. So I wonder if the man who CNC3 interviewed today. So this morning I asked another poll. How much people in Trinidad, 40% of them said they wanted. So I asked them on East Indian radio station, the 40% of the people here who don't want it, are they P&M? Or they understand the ramifications that it could have? It even given heart problem in our Pastor Google. Take a look at CNC3 News tonight, and you will see. We in Trinidad had to be living in a dream. We have as I said, no independence. Do they expect anything different? If you look at what transpired with Trump celebrating it 200 and something years, Americans citizens don't go out, because everything was about Trump. This Prime Minister, as they outlined, want to wipe out the P&M and all means necessary in order to try to see if they can wipe out the P&M and the history of P&M. And by wiping out the history of P&M, the intention is to wipe out the history of some of us. And we ain't seeing that yet. They're using some of us to do exactly what they want to some of us. And we must sit down and do things that because they had 10 years, and all they do nothing for 10 years. I'm saying, wow. If anybody didn't see any change in... Today I driving down, yesterday I driving down and watching the hills on Lavender. And I'd always continue for Lavender people not to take that rubbish. when I was a young man growing up, and I passed, that time the highway wasn't the way it is here yet, but one thing was a roundabout by MP. And you look up on the hill, past going by backward thing, you see in Mazda, you see in Datsun, you see in Daihatsu, and you see in Toyota. You know what that was? That was these people houses. Today, when you look on top of the hill in Laventille, more than 90% of the houses on the hill by the tank are concrete houses. So this argument that they have to try to make my people feel belittled and we suffered, I ain't taking that. Enjoy your night.
All right, thank you very much, caller. 464-7003. So you're hearing what's going on with the Balize house issue. If you're not joining me, I'm going to play it again for you to hear so that you can make your views heard.
Awaits formal notice over a police investigation into Balize House. A former police commissioner is questioning the decision to publicize the matter.
Meanwhile, a political scientist says the investigation should not be viewed as political persecution. Doris Polo reports.
The People's National Movement says it is still waiting for formal notice from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service about an investigation into the source of funds used to renovate its Balize House headquarters. PNM Chairman Marvin Gonzalez says the party has not been officially contacted by police, but its attorneys are prepared to respond to any lawful inquiry. But months before a newspaper report on July 11th brought the matter into the public spotlight, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar said she was aware of allegations that illicit funds were used in the construction of Balize House.
I am aware, and we don't have lists, remember? Homeland Security have lists. Okay, I'll send you the list. Maybe your name is on list. What I'm aware of is drug money financed Balize House.
It should be on a need-to-know basis. The more you speak
Former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith is questioning the decision to publicize the matter while an investigation is ongoing. He says sensitive investigations should be handled carefully to avoid compromising potential evidence.
If I was a commissioner of police and it's being investigated, it should be on a need-to-know basis. The more you speak about it, the more, if it is that there's some degree of questionable activity, it is allowing the individuals to cover their tracks.
He's also warning politicians to allow police to complete their work without interference.
The more the politicians say about it, the greater the possibility that this matter can now be totally collapse, because what you're doing is basically tipping off persons, or have persons now state that, oh, this was some type of political manipulation and I was being targeted.
But while critics, including former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, suggest that the probe is a political witch hunt, an analyst says the investigation should not be viewed as political persecution.
I don't think this is political. I think this is just a part of the politics. This is the nature of the politics. We practice our Westminster adversarial style of governance. We have they're always at each other's throat.
She says the controversy highlights the need for campaign finance reform and greater transparency around political funding.
This kind of legislation, which the bigger countries have brought, the United Kingdom, the United States, and Canada, has, it speaks to transparency. It speaks to integrity in public life. It speaks to democracy. Because you're sharing the information with the people. The people has a right to know, right? And ultimately, it speaks to who gets the shares in the national pie.
The PNM has maintained that political donations are not unlawful. The police investigation follows a High Court application for a preliminary unexplained wealth order against the PNM and its trustees. The order, granted on July 10th, requires the party to account for the source of funds used to acquire or develop assets linked to Balize House. Doris Polo, CNC3 News.
So what's your take? What's your take on it? 464-7003. 464-7003. What is your take on it? Do you believe that it shouldn't be publicized, it shouldn't be talked about in the public, as Gary Griffith is claiming? Or do you believe that, because there are people who want to know what's going on. There's some people in the PNM who scared, they're running scared, they're frightened. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good night again, once again, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, I believe in diversion because remember, the PNM in office since 1956. This is a party started from in 1955 and was established as a political party in 1956 on the 24th, I died the 24th, 25th of January. You understand? But Dr. Rowley tell them they have been keeping raffle and saving money. They get money from people sponsor, and they get help from the membership. You understand? They buy the membership, buy the bricks and all that. They don't explain that they have all the receipts and all that. You understand? And it's centered, it's in office as a political party. So we want to tell me, since 56 to now, PNM can't build a building like that. They could more afford to build a building like that. Everything that go that building, the building itself, there is nothing at all illegal about Bally's. Everything that was done to build Bally's was above board. So this thing the Prime Minister knows what she doing, you know. She knows she has parliamentary privilege. Situated and take she in Parliament to make them pronouncement. You think she can come out and say that? She won't come out and say that because when she can get sued. So I look the bank wanted to surround Bally's house. Look, the Corona tell you that focus on the building of the place. They might have gone organize with the bank and get money to continue the project. So you cannot say illegal about Bally's house. All that is spokesy and the Saxon. Who know, hello, this thing, you see that? Everything that was done to build Bally's house was done legally. And they have all the receipts, they have the title, the land, all that. So if it did that go to court, PNM could never lose. Because they have the lawyers and they have all the receipts, all you have to take with it. But look here, Mr. Hines was all by this grocery place, high-low somewhere they selling tickets, raffling for cards. So there is nothing illegal about that structure. Then you see, all right, I'm done for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. 464-7003. 464-7003. All right, we're taking your calls. I just want to remind you guys that we're still waiting on the Minister of Housing. We are still waiting for the Minister of Housing to account to you, the nation, on what's going on. Caller, you need to hang up the phone when you're through, please. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
This issue with the house, the RZ house,
this
is just to harass and embarrass. You see, the issue of owing the money or explain your wealth could not have been properly done without the Revenue Authority and property tax. So, they know that. So the fact that they are saying that we are going after the law, they want to drag this thing out and embarrass people. How would you know where people get money from? Would you ask them to say or reveal the donors? Is that fair to me if I donate $1 million to the house and I am a honcho in the UNC? What you're trying to do to me, you're trying to embarrass me, you're trying to...
But you know what you're saying there, caller, really now makes me think. Because are you saying, caller, that the UNC wants to know who financed Balize House. They want to know who are the financiers. Now, Ms. Bissessa is claiming that the financiers are drug dealers. So if you know that the financiers, wait just a minute, let me share how Ms. Bissessa makes statements that is so dumbfounded that she and all, I don't even know. Anyway, so Ms. Bissessa is saying that it's drug dealers who fund Balize House. If you are aware that drug dealers fund Balize House, why didn't you take that to the police and say, this is a drug dealer, he funded Balize House, this is the information I have, arrest him?
And also, Google, you're on a path here because you are at the time when you could put a PDO.
Yeah.
You are the best time when you could deal with this thing. So if you know the drug dealers, then put out some PDO on them. Don't put PDO on people for land.
Thank you. Like the other thing is, Ms. Bissessa might be pleasantly surprised that the people who some of her own supporters and own financiers might be some of the people who finance Balize House.
Well, that is it. That is it. So which court could make someone say how much money I gave to you?
Very good question.
Which court could do that?
Very good
they
question.
They are aware of what they're doing, Google. They know what they're doing.
Very good question.
All they are trying to do is embarrass. It's to shift the glare upon the PNM. And a bit of jealousy too, because I want to say something. Africans not supposed to be able to be so constructive. They're not able to build a big house like this.
Remember,
for years
and Caller, remember they did the same thing. Remember they did the same thing to embarrass Foster Cummins.
Right.
And when they went up Gasparilla and Springvale and they were at Springland and they were showing where he built a house on a corner with a swimming pool and whatever. And the neighborhood, and the neighbors in the community, would have said, "Hey, we are proud of this man. That house was an old wooden house, and them used to bathe outside by the standpipe."
Yeah. We're not supposed to. And when you look around this country, I want to sound so balanced, but who built this country, boy? Check everything from Workers' Bank to NIB to NIP. You just check all over this country. Who built this country? From Point Research Estate to Diego Martin Estate. Who built this country? Who built this country? But they try to play that down like all we can do is spray pan and make children and commit crime, and they forget you remove the work that the PNM did in this country for the last 60 years, and we have no country. All our major roads and our ports, and you just name it.
And Caller, I want to, and you just choked me. You choked me. You know why you choked me? Because you said something that I remember playing on 91.9. I played a video with Professor, we name he's the chairman of
not Selwyn
Kojo, Mr. Kojo.
Let's pull him in right here.
Mr. Kojo was on a program with Mr. Satmaraj. And Satmaraj turned and tell Mr. Selwyn Kojo, all the black youth children go to do is to play pan, beat pan, but East Indian children does study their book. They does beat book. When black children studying to beat pan, Indian children studying to beat book.
You see now, on the map, the people who put this country on the map is the Yorks, the Lara, the Penny. You can go on and on and on. Who are the people who have built this country, Google? Who built this country? Who built the connecting roads and the hospitals? Who are the people who built this country? Come on, you'll give me a break, yeah? So all they're trying to do right now is embarrass PNM because they don't want to say that a group of black men could have moved from all these years and have such a building on San Juan when you're there. They don't want to say, they don't want us to recognize that there's potential and there's fire in the belly of African people if we give them a chance. If we give them a chance. While when you go to the bank and the bank will quicker lend you a loan to buy a car or to keep a pet, they will challenge you if you want that loan to do a business. You have to go through much red tape. And in spite of that, we have grown and we have built this country. I go on.
Thank you very much for your call. You know, the caller brought up a point, eh? The caller brought up a point, and I want to ask a question. So, let's just say, Ms. Bisessa, in your inquiry about Balize House, you get to find out that some of your supporters help fund Balize House. How would you respond to that, Ms. Bisessa? How would you feel about that? Let's just say, Ms. Bisessa, in your quest to try to, and as the caller is asking, and I need to get a lawyer, I need to get my father on this week, because we need to know what is the limit, what is the limitations, because based on Explain Your Wealth, and that's where Faris and they need to come in, and Faris, but you see, they letting it play out. Letting the UNC believe that they win it. They win it. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor. And I totally agree with most of what the last caller said. Which court is going to come out?
Where are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I am on work. Why ask?
Okay. Based on where you are, you speak differently.
Second?
Nothing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, which court is going to demand that of any private citizen? Hello?
Yes, caller, listening to you.
Yeah, which court is going to demand that of any private citizen after where he or she put his hard-earned dollars?
You tell me.
I mean, it is so according to so dumbfounded. And I already love the good lady to come with
the what? The what lady? The what lady?
The good lady.
Okay.
To come with her evidence and bring it. If you have the evidence, give the evidence to your Homeland Security Minister and line the DPP. Don't come to the Parliament because you could say they alone like a coward. Come on, if you have evidence, bring the list, bring the evidence. Because the chairman, the police never contact the chairman, never contact nobody. So as far as we're concerned, we don't know what I'm talking about because no police in contact, nobody in the party concerned no investigation. So I don't know why we even talking about this.
Because it's in the news. It's in the news.
You know, I'm not a big deal.
So then wait till know why we talking about it.
Of course, it's
because it's your program and I working for you. You playing Iowa George. Wait, just now, caller. You playing Iowa George for me or what?
No, sir.
Yes, you asking me why I discussing this?
No, sir. After that, stage 1 and 2, I am not that man because I will pay everybody. What is supposed to get paid? I will pay them. I wouldn't impede
low, nasty blow. That is a low. That is a low, nasty blow. Wow. You really just said that? You really just said that?
I will pay everybody we're supposed to get at all times. I wouldn't go back on nothing. Anyhow, that being said, let's go.
Wow. Jeez.
Anyhow, before you turn off, that's after that speech. There is no investigation.
That's no figure speech. That was no figure. Stop lying. Stop your lies.
I don't lie. I don't say.
You just lied. You just lied and say it was just a figure of speech. That was not a figure speech when you said that you just pay everybody. You were throwing a low blow.
Yo, so these people just looking for a smoke screen because the fact of the matter is passport running out.
The man say passport is running out, eh?
He can say what he wants because
the man say white is only want that old blue passport when only want to come back to change it to get the digital one.
Yeah, one again, he can't say when the new one come in, eh? He, as you know, if I can't say when the new one come in. So I don't know why I don't listen to them. People had to wait months to get a passport. We have less foreign than we had last year at the same time. Plants closing down in Princess. All that will go on while UNC power, not paying UNC power. But I could still find time to try and talk about Barizels. Really? Barizels have nothing to do with the economy. We have no forex. Yeah, we are less foreign than we had last year. The plans that giving forex, they gave money. Look at the packet and go. One close on last year, next one close last 2 weeks. That is the facts. So don't come with those smoke screen to talk about Barizels. Barizels have nothing to do with the economy. I'll show you that. We get in we get that? No. They will say, oh, it's security. But you know what? For CPL, all of them, go and be in the same stadium, the same box, the same VIP, all of them. But they will tell you because security isn't
you get a ticket, they will get a ticket.
I don't want to take it. I can't take it myself or let's see them. I don't know that for myself. Nobody show me. Nobody tell me.
You'll get a ticket this year. Don't worry yourself.
No, I go buy it. I want nothing from them free. I go buy it.
So you know what? So if they're giving you a ticket,
nothing from them free.
So if they give you a ticket, you wouldn't take it.
But if they want to take it, I'll do it. Get ready. If you like to take tickets.
I ask you, you're very picky and choosy in what you want to give me. I ask you for the food card that you're going to get from Mushinim. You're telling me you know people who need it. So I don't need it. But you want to give me a ticket to go cricket.
He don't tell me, hey, this man go back there. This man go back there, really. This man really come back there. Oh, God. Wow. Anyhow, I don't have nothing from these people. I will buy my thing. So they'll come with some story and tell you, oh, because security is in the car, we're going to parade. And for CPL, you can see all in the down to in the VIP, pack up drunk.
Hello, look.
Alright.
What's the time now? It's 9 o'clock. It's after 11, 9 minutes past 11. Have a good evening, sir.
Okay, sir.
Have a good evening. The views of the caller is not the views of Constructive Talk. Neither Pastor Google. Have a good evening.
Good night, Pastor Google. You know something? There are so many things that need fixing in our country. The government don't think that they should focus on that first. You are supposed to have, is it 4 or 5 years, right? And you now pass your first year. Focus on getting the country on track. So many people out of jobs, which you all created a lot of it.
Well, they don't believe that people out of jobs, eh?
Yeah, well, I heard that educated fool tonight on the news talking dotishness. Anyhow, try and see what you could do for the people. You said you so love the people and you wanted to help the people and all this kind of thing. Focus on that first and then study policy house after. We can't get anything to eat and people can't get work and thing offer all you're finding anything with policy house, because that in any case I don't believe nothing wrong, but let us say it has something wrong. That's going to take a long time, right? Focus on getting the correct things for the country if you really care. And somewhere down in the third thing, or if you do it so good, you might get a next 4 years and then study that now. Why that is the only focus you all could focus on, and it has so many things. People suffering, don't have jobs. So, the hospitals and then whatever it is they need and all this kind of thing, and you all just there with Balize House. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And I don't know, perhaps something wrong with me, but I think
you know what amazes me though? I can tell you this. These CDAP drugs that a lot of the elderly people depend on and a lot of persons depend on. Are you aware that CDAP is difficult for people to get?
No, really and truly, I'm not aware, because although I am 71 now, I started to take CDAP things, but somehow or the other, like, they wasn't agreeing with me. And it's not much, it's just for, like, the pressure, so I'm not aware. But all these kind of things you have, the elderly need so much things, like somebody saying, where the doctors, they're promising every house. I say, I don't want none, because they're going and get a whole set of people who want to be a doctor and can't really make to be a doctor. You understand? So they're going to take every term they can hurry that inclined towards the medical field to push them in your face. So I don't want that. But it have too many things that need to straighten up and to get rolling. That all you say, all you could have fix, and all you could do this and that and the other. And the only thing, when all you get there, all you could do is to try and find out what Balize House have and how they get it and all this kind of thing. We don't need that right now, man. What you need to do is to take care of the people. Let us hear some of your ideas, what you have. Even try and get the younger people and so on to come and give, little ideas, because we all could learn from one another. And out of those things, it is said that it have people there with such brilliant ideas just waiting to bring it out that could help the country to get back on track and to bring in funds and so on, diversify the place. But all you get in there to do is to just be vindictive and a sort of stupidness, man. Thank you, Pastor Google. I don't understand. They're supposed to have so much of brains, and it's better that something was wrong with the brain and they couldn't use it, because they're little worse off than me who just went to primary school. Oh gosh, man, come on. And some of the people who backing them up and listen to that man and then the Rampasal lady, they don't really have the country at heart, man. If you really love your country and you love your people, you would go out there and try to do your best, bring ideas, get together, give some kind of something, rather than you seeing and you know in your heart that the people, they're not functioning well, and you just there behind them with dotishness. Well, good night, Pastor Google. Have a good night. Some other time I'll go back.
Thank you very much.
You're feeling so, I wouldn't say hopeless, because to say you're hopeless is because you don't believe that God could bring us out of it. He just time God and waiting on his own time, and we just have to be there doing what we could do. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Then.
Thank you very much for your call this evening.
You're welcome.
All right. So never forget this now, Ollie. We need to keep this in our always in our mind.
In the Ministry of Housing, Philip Alexander is pushing back against opposition leader Penelope Beckles' call for the dismissal of the HDC board and all 3 housing ministers. Beckles made the demand after the HDC cancelled its controversial $3.4 billion initiative. But Alexander has accused Beckles of hypocrisy, questioning why she did not call for resignations when the HDC cancelled the Santa Rosa housing project over bidding irregularities raised by the OPR. He also pointed to the renewal of more than 300 HDC contracts without tender under the previous administration. Alexander maintains that no irregularities have been flagged by the OPR in the current government's housing projects. When contacted for comment, Housing Minister David Lee promised to send a release soon. CNC3 News also reached out to Beckles, but up to news time, neither had responded.
The Housing Minister David Lee is expected to provide an update after the Housing Development Corporation cancelled its $3.4 billion Design Build Finance housing program.
That's right. Lee confirmed today that he will meet with the HDC board this evening for an emergency meeting following growing public and political scrutiny over the termination. He said a statement will be issued after the meeting. Less than a week ago, the HDC announced it was ending procurement proceedings for the project with immediate effect under Section 33 of the Public Procurement Act, saying the move was in the public interest. Well, the cancellation has sparked a political firestorm, with opposition leader Penelope Beckles calling for the dismissal of the HDC board as well as the government's housing ministers.
The Housing Minister David Lee is expected to provide an update after the Housing Development Corporation cancelled its $3.4 billion Design Build Finance housing program.
That's right. Lee confirmed today that he will meet with the HDC board this evening for an emergency meeting following growing public and political scrutiny over the termination. He said a statement will be issued after the meeting. Less than a week ago, the HDC announced it was ending procurement proceedings for the project with immediate effect under Section 33 of the Public Procurement Act, saying the move was in the public interest. Well, the cancellation has sparked a political firestorm, with opposition leader Penelope Beckles calling for the dismissal of the HDC board as well as the government's housing ministers.
Nothing to hide. I am not ashamed to say I hired, through WASA, this government, 551 persons. I have nothing to hide. I am not ashamed to say I hired, through WASA, this government, 551 persons. I am not ashamed of that. They went through a process. They applied for the jobs. And the HR department of WASA, they made those determinations of who qualified for short-term employment. This wasn't a case of a minister ringing up anybody inside of WASA and say, hire my friend and hire my sister. You know. But Mr. Speaker, let me tell you what was happening in WASA. By memory.
The Housing Development Corporation has officially cancelled the procurement proceedings for its controversial $3.4 billion housing project.
But one of the housing ministers tells CNC3 News that this was a strategic move to allow the process to advance, and he pledges that there will be no more issues moving forward.
Akash Samaru has more, including why some are still calling for the Office of Procurement Regulations ruling on the matter.
The plug has been pulled on the controversial multi-billion-dollar housing program. In a notice issued on June 17th, the HDC announced the immediate cancellation of procurement proceedings for its Design Build Finance housing project for the construction of 3,700 housing units across Trinidad. Now, this comes 2 months after the Office of Procurement Regulation halted the award of the $3.4 billion in HDC contracts to 11 companies. In early April, the HDC named 11 contractors as intended recipients of various housing packages. The largest package, valued at just over $1 billion, was earmarked for Motilal Ramhit and Sons Contracting Limited. So why did the HDC scrap the entire process? Well, the HDC's notice was vague on that front, only saying that it determined that it is in the public interest and in accordance with the Procurement Act to discontinue the proceedings. We contacted all three ministers of housing, and it was Philip Alexander who responded. Asked why the process was scrapped, Minister Alexander said it was to clear the path for the way forward.
It was going to be a back and forth, and before it became something that was just going to drag on, we're not leaving it in limbo. We took the decision, look, this process, you're not happy with this process, we're going to pull it, we're going to come back at it, where any of the issues that you had a concern with before will not exist.
But Minister Alexander wants the public to know that this does not mean the end of the plan to build 3,700 homes for the public. And he said the projects will be retendered in the coming days or weeks at most.
When we return to tender, there will be nothing that anyone could find fault with of any kind.
CNC3 News asked if the OPR, which was investigating the process, issued any findings to the HDC. Minister Alexander said nothing has been sent to them. We tried contacting the OPR, but we were unsuccessful, at least up till news time. But Attorney at Law and former PNM Minister Randall Mitchell, who is one of the attorneys for social activist Wendell Eversley, who filed the complaint to the OPR, said this is not the end of the matter, as the OPR's investigation has not yet been concluded, and the public is entitled to know the outcome of that investigation to ascertain if any laws were broken. Meanwhile, former Housing Minister Camille Robinson-Regis said while the decision is welcomed, she argues that public resources were wasted and is calling for greater accountability, transparency, and a review of the roles played by key officials involved in the procurement process. Akash Samaru, CNC3 News.
The Housing Minister David Lee is expected to provide an update after the Housing Development Corporation cancelled its $3.4 billion Design, Build, Finance housing program.
That's right. Lee confirmed today that he will meet with the HDC board this evening for an emergency meeting following growing public and political scrutiny over the termination. He said a statement will be issued after the meeting. Less than a week ago, the HDC announced it was ending procurement proceedings for the project with immediate effect under Section 33 of the Public Procurement Act, saying the move was in the public interest. Well, the cancellation has sparked a political firestorm, with opposition leader Penelope Beckles calling for the dismissal of the HDC board as well as the government's housing ministers.
Instruct anyone to take out a PDO. This is not a political thing. It's not a political thing. I don't know why people think it. And I am somewhat embarrassed by that. Why a person would think such a thing? The intelligence of the police. And you could ask the people from before.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
In respect of the observance of the law, all persons in Trinidad and Tobago, every single person in Trinidad and Tobago, whether you happen to be a funder of the People's National Movement, whether you happen to be a member of the 1%, if you break the law, if you cross that line that would excite the member for Tunapuna, I want to be very careful. The member for Tunapuna, whose job it is to write PDOs.
It's not a political thing. It's not a political thing. I don't know why people think it. And I am somewhat embarrassed by that. Why a person would think such a thing.
Well, then you know what? Whether you are a black man from the Beta or whether you happen to live in Bayshore and are stealing government land and property, I don't know. Whether I'm just saying whether I'm just saying whether you happen to be doing that, whether you happen to have called the office of the Attorney General essentially at midnight on the 28th, when the results of the elections were coming in, to say, listen, get that lease fixed up for me now. Right? Whether you happen to be any of those persons, you know what? The member for Tunapuna, I am sure, sorry, I can't call you anything else. The member for Tunapuna and the Minister of Homeland Security will certainly put you on a PDO with Pipey and Rajiali down in Tetron.
What? Let me see that again.
You know what? The member for Tunapuna, I am sure. Sorry, I can't call you anything else. The member for Tunapuna and the Minister of Homeland Security will certainly put you on a PDO with Pipey and Rajiali down in Tetron.
A few moments later.
And let me say again one more time, no government minister cannot instruct anyone to take out a PDO for anybody. It doesn't work like that. And if that's your information, you were highly misled.
Information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
The Constructive Talk team with Pastor Google are asking for your support in their back-to-school drive. Let's help the less fortunate children get ready for the new school term. Donations of notebooks, copybooks, stationeries, and book bags would be greatly appreciated. Show your love, show your generosity by contacting 464-703 and we will organize collection of your donations. Thank you from the Constructive Talk team. And remember to be kind, be generous, and be loved.
Yak and Friends proudly presents Uhuru 8. Join us on Saturday, July 25th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the City Hall Auditorium, Harris Promenade in San Fernando. This year's celebration is held in honor of Mr. Anthony Kamiziong as we continue strengthening our African ties through culture, unity, and heritage. Experience an unforgettable evening of African dance, powerful drumming, cultural expression, and a great food. Early bird tickets are $350 admits 2 and $200 admits 1. Come dressed in your finest African attire for a chance to win Best Dressed Male and Female. Celebrate African culture. Celebrate freedom. Celebrate Uhuru 8. For tickets, contact 684-1792 or ticket outlet at Something Special with Finishing Touch at Ritz Plaza, number 25, St. James Street in San Fernando.
All right, so here's where we say our thank you and blessings to all. Have a good evening, a blessed night, everyone, and talk to you guys tomorrow. Please go. Tomorrow, please go. I'm supposed to have Mr. Vasan Barath on with me, and he should be sharing about the economy and how he see governance happening in Trinidad and Tobago, how he feels about it. So look forward to having Mr. Vasan Barath on with me tomorrow. So have a blessed one, Trinidad and Tobago. Talk to you guys tomorrow, please God, at 8:30. Remember, Constructive Talk is on every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right, so be a part and share the live. If you haven't subscribed to the page, I urge you to subscribe to the page and be a part of all that's happening right here on Constructive Talk.
Right about now, we're bringing on stage a man with a serious song. He comes from the borough of Point 14, and for many years, this man has been knocking on the door, always doing good selections. Last year, a lot of the top Calypsonians in Trinidad and Tobago said that he should have made it to the final of the Calypso Monarch. But in 1992, coming to do something for us called Law and Justice. Sit back, relax, let me bring on stage Luther.
The judiciary is a mockery. The administrators would die in the fire. You don't know who to trust. The nobleman unjust. The barrister is a professional liar. Yeah. And there is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. Facts doesn't really matter. Once your name a big U is a case of who could lie better and who have more money than who. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. When you commit your murder, check the human rights lawyer. Whether you're guilty or not is not important to him. No. 150 grand, walk with cash in hand, and they're gonna set you free on a technicality. Once you have money, oh gee, why? You know why? Because there is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. Some policemen are already frustrated because there were some guilty people. They want to have them arrested, but the law is an obstacle. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. The poor. It's power and bribery, from the judge to the jury. Corruption and wickedness in high places. Yeah. The commissioner and the drug pusher could be the same fella with two different faces.